Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Jared Glant, and I'm the president for Cardone Enterprises, and I'm really excited to have you all here today. So this is our recession response training, and this is something that Grant wanted to do for everybody that follows us all around the world, particularly those who have been affected by what's happening right now, because we're going through some pretty crazy times. Unprecedented, certainly in my lifetime, and for most Americans, this is, and most people in history, frankly, I mean, nothing has ever happened like this. And so that can create a lot of uncertainty, and it can create a lot of discouragement and frustration and confusion and a lot of things that aren't really that good for you if you want to go out and be productive and make money. Some of you are maybe getting unemployed, like you're getting laid off your jobs. I mean, like I think 10 million people have been laid off so far. So this certainly is a trying time. But this is exactly what our company is here for. So for the last 35 years, our business has been helping people and business owners thrive, grow their business, grow their sales, grow their income in good times and in bad. And when we kind of had this thing started unfolding in front of us, Grant was like, hey, look, we need to get all the real estate, we need to get all the employees from the training company, all the employees from the real estate business, the training business, we need to get this out to our clients. I want to do a web broadcast or a webinar to basically tell people what they need to do to respond right now. And it ended up getting pretty popular and circulating through. And so we decided to open it up to everybody. So that's why you're here. I had the opportunity to work with Grant coming out of the 2008 collapse. And at the time, I really didn't understand what was going on. I was broke. I didn't have anything to lose. So I got a job, and I thought that was a good thing to have at the time. But I got to see what kind of behind the scenes responding to something like this looks like. I got to watch what Grant was doing, and I got to see how his mindset shifted, and I got to see how he was pushing into the marketplace, and that really was a pivot point for us as a company. And from that point forward, I mean, in 2010, we were doing business with a single vertical, a single industry, and that industry was one of the hardest hit by the 2008 financial collapse. And that was the catalyst for us going into the largest expansion of the business in the 35 years that Grant had been in business. And so my point in telling you that is that there can be a tremendous opportunity if you're equipped and you're prepared and you know exactly what to do. And the quicker you can stop worrying about what's happening around you and what people are saying and what you're hearing on the news and what your family's talking about, the quicker you can get past all that and focus on what needs to be done today, the quicker you can move through this. And that's ultimately what we want to do here for you today. So we want to make sure that you leave this training today knowing exactly what to do, exactly how you need to start thinking, and the mindset and the actions that you need to start putting in place, not next month, but like tomorrow. We are 7 days now. Like the time has changed, and Grant's going to cover this a little bit in his presentation today. We're playing a new game. The rules have changed, and so you need to change. And at the end of this probably 90-minute, 2-hour training, Grant is going to give you everything you need to get started. He's going to equip you with the way you need to think, the way you need to act, and the things you need to get rid of in your life, the things you need to add into your life, the people you need to cut out, the people you need to add in. He's going to give you everything that you need so that at the end of this presentation, you have what you need to go out and to get started tackling this economic contraction that we're going through right now. And, the good news is things like this pass. And it's unfortunate that not everybody gets through as well as others. And our hope is that you guys get through fully equipped. So you'll have everything you need to do to go at this on your own, certainly. I also just want to let you guys know that we will be showing you how you can work with us to get you through this. We have a mentoring program that we will be talking about kind of at the end of the presentation today. But a lot of you that follow our stuff and follow Grant, you probably don't want to wait till the end. You want to go ahead and get signed up right now. So if you click the link below, you can see more details on the mentoring program. It includes an 8-week coaching program. It includes access to Cardone University. It includes a pass to our 10X headquarters for a live mastermind here in Miami where you get to meet the 10X team. So we're basically building that group to help week by week to help keep you connected, keep you focused, keep you inspired with strategies, tips, and a network of people that can keep you accountable and that can keep you positive as we're all pushing through this. So really important right now that you guys dig in, get your notepads out. If you have to run to the restroom and use the restroom, now's the time to do that because once you get started and once you get locked in, you're not going to want to walk away from this because this could be the most important 2 hours that you spend with anybody the entire year. So lock in, focus, and get ready because this is going to be a ride. And our hope is that this is a massive game changer for you and your family. You know, right now, more than ever, you need to have confidence and certainty with yourself, with your business, with everything that's going on around you. And confidence and certainty really is controlled by one person, and that's you. So focus. Get your notes together. Grant's coming in right now. You can see him right there. He's getting his deal together from where he's at. Eliminate distractions as best you can. Get some notes together because you're going to be burning the house down. And without further ado, I would like to bring on our fearless leader, Grant Cardone. And let me remind you, this is a guy who's been involved in financial and economic contractions just like this, and each and every time came out stronger, and not only did he come out stronger personally, but the companies he was involved with all grew. So I am going to turn it over now to Mr. 10X himself, Grant Cardone. For now,
Jared,
Mr. 10X
thank you
himself,
so much.
Grant Cardone.
And
Jared, Mr. 10X
okay,
himself.
we're hearing some people say that they're having, because I'm reading the feed. People are like, "Oh, Grant's never going to see this feed." Actually, I am seeing the feed, and I appreciate your chat, your input. Love to hear what you're thinking. Please keep it positive. This is not a time for people to be any more negative unless you're involved with CNN, CNBC, or Fox News. Unless you're one of the Cuomo boys or the Fox people, then I don't know how you being negative can any way or shape or form benefit anyone in the world today. There's enough negativity. Please don't add to it. This is a completely free event that we're doing, allowing the public to come in and see. It's mandatory, as Jared said, for our staff, 105 people in Miami and another 250 plus across our real estate portfolio. Jared made a comment about this, that I've been through events like this before. I just want to say, appreciate that, Jared, you saying that. I think this is an unprecedented event. This is definitely, and I am not, by the way, without fear here. I am worried for me. I'm worried for my family. I'm worried for our business, but mostly because I know I'm going to get through this. I have the experience of knowing when you're going through this, you're like, oh my God, this is going to be terrible. I know this ends. I know how it ends. I know where I'm at when it ends. Who I'm concerned about mostly is others. It's you I'm concerned about. So there's a lot of people are going to be unemployed this week and last week and 2 weeks ago. Millions of people will be unemployed as a result of this event. There will be businesses that go out of business and never come back to doing business. There will be businesses that will have to figure out how to learn about cash flow for the first time in their lives. There will be many of you out there are going to be seeking help from the government. We're looking at all these things, and we open this up because this is a bigger problem than the 355 people that work with me. This is also our partners, our associates, our affiliates, our licensed partners, other groups that we were making expansions with this year. It's our speakers and our roster of celebrity speakers around the world that we just finished doing at our 10X Growth Conference that we have contracts out for next year. These are world leaders, truly people that can like ring a bell and the whole world hears it. So many of those people are on this tonight. There's celebrities on this, business icons, financial institutions that are interested in what is the little guy going to do right now? What is a small business owner going to do? There's 32 million small businesses in one country called America. Half of them are going to get just clobbered. The other half are going to be struggling. So we open this up. We open this up for you to take advantage of. Please, the only reason we'll kick you out of here, the only reason you'll leave this is because you're like, okay, I just bounced out because I didn't want to listen for an hour and a half, or because you were negative and we're going to bounce you out. So please keep the chat positive. Please be respectful to everybody else here. We've created quite a little, our 10X Nation thing is a group of people that are highly ethical, that want to improve their lives, that are responsible and accountable. They're not blamers and they're not haters. So if you're having a bad moment, maybe grab something to eat. If you're having a bad afternoon, you're scared, don't take it out on this audience. I know that sometimes when I get scared, I use more force and that comes from irresponsibility than maybe I should be, because I'm scared. So at this time, I want to tell you the purpose of this training. The purpose here tonight for everybody watching, particularly my audience, my customer, my employees. So the purpose of this training before we open this up to the public was to provide you with information and strategies so that you can immediately position yourself and your family in the best possible situation during this unprecedented time. I've been through 1976. There was the worst GDP drop in the nation's history up till the Great Depression. And most of you that are watching probably don't even remember 1976. I was getting out of high school and going to college, and I needed a job. I couldn't get a job. When I got out of college in 1981, there was 25% unemployment. That is 4 times higher than the current unemployment situation in America. Where I lived, the only job you could get was a refinery job, and the only way you could get a refinery job was if you knew somebody in the unions. The next big bank, the problem I would have was coming out of college and then starting my own business when I was 29 years old. I didn't know how to start the business. I was starting from zero. No contacts, nobody knew me, no money, I had debt, I had an idea, I had no customers, no customer list. You know how many people are in that situation today? And worse? So this is about starting over, okay? So I want to get you to where you're like, okay, wait a minute, how am I going to start over right here? Again, this is for 355 people that work for us, and 50,000 people signed up today because they're interested in starting over. I'm not going to spend any time today talking about China, where it came from, how many people died. I'm not going to even talk about the health issues here, okay? And I don't mean that to underestimate the people that are going to die from this, the people that are going to be sick, the people that are in hospitals today, the families that are worried about the coronavirus. I'm not a doctor, okay? I don't know anything about the virus. I don't know where it came from. I don't know how it ends, whether there's going to be another wave or whether this is created by the CIA or whatever the hell all the stuff is out there. I don't know. I really don't even care much. All I care about is how do I start over in this environment? This is truly unprecedented. Nothing. The 2008 crash, as scary as that was for me, this is that on a much greater magnitude. The way out of this is, and I told my staff this 3 days after I got a call from one of the most important cities on the planet and said, hey, get ready because this thing's coming. And they weren't talking about the virus. They were talking about the economic epidemic, that would literally touch every household in America. So I'm going to share a PowerPoint. Jared, I don't know if we can get the PowerPoint to everybody by the time this is over, but
yeah, we'll figure that out.
How to do it for the people that showed up today. I'm going to share my screen with you because I got some bad news to share with you here. And look, everything starts with bad news. Remember, the purpose today is not to give you bad news. The purpose is to help provide you with exact strategies and information we are using in our company to position us in the best situation during this unprecedented time. Here's the bad news. The world and the economy as you know it has come to an end. I know you were expecting me to be Mr. Positive, but a lot of you guys don't understand who I am really. I'm not Mr. Positive. Jared and Sherry, my staff will tell you that. Todd Straw will tell you. David Robards will tell you. Richard Dolan, Brandon Dawson, people that work with me every day. My bankers will tell you. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac will tell you. I am not a positive person. I have never done a deal and thought it was going to go perfectly. I'm a fairly pessimistic, highly critical, don't trust one action guy. I think it takes 10 or 15 or 20 actions for me to get anything done. So when I tell you guys the world has come to an end as you know it, and the economy has come to an end as you know it, I'm not telling you that because I'm CNN type. I'm telling you that because I want you to get to where you can reboot as fast as possible. You know, you end up in problems in life when you compromise. You end up in problems in life when you make light of situations. This is the creation of the drug addict. This is the creation of the credit addict, okay? The overspender, the person that's lazy. I'm gonna sleep in today. I'm gonna sleep in another day. I'm gonna sleep in a third day, and they think it's not gonna be a problem until one day they can't get up anymore. So bad news, I got bad news and I got worse news. If you think the bad news is bad, let me give you the worst news. The worst news, and you guys need to retweet me or hit me on Instagram. You can just tag me while you do this. This is the worst news you're going to get this year. You're not going to die, and you will want to. You're going to want to, okay? So I'm opening this up. I'm trying to get your head ready. You guys got to get ready. You're on my team right now. You're working with me. Number one, okay? The way you played the game 2 weeks ago won't work 2 weeks from now. Many of you right now know what I'm talking about because you would trade every problem you had 10 days ago. You would trade it. You'd be like, give me every problem I had 2 weeks ago. Everything you were bitching and complaining and whining about. Today, you'd be like, give me all of them back for what I'm going through right now, okay? You're not going to die, okay? That's the bad news, the worst news, and I do have some good news for you, okay? And the good news is, let me see if I can find this for you, because there is always good news. You just got to look. Right now, you got to look hard, okay? I had to go to my bathroom and actually put it on my bathroom window to find it, and it looks like this. Let me see if I know how to move around in this thing.
Just minimize the slide, G.
Minimize it. Wow.
You're full
Jerry.
screen.
First thing you must do is
focus. Get your notes together. Grant's coming in right now. You can see him right there. He's getting his deal together from where he's at. Eliminate distractions as best you can. Get some notes together because you're going to be burning the house down. And without further ado, I would like to bring on our fearless leader, Grant Cardone. And let me remind you, this is a guy who's been involved in financial and economic contractions just like this, and each and every time came out stronger. And not only did he come out stronger personally, but the companies he was involved with all grew. So I am going to turn it over now to Mr. 10X himself, Grant Cardone. For now,
Jared,
to Mr.
Jared,
10X
thank you
himself,
so much.
Grant Cardone.
And
Mr. 10X
okay,
himself.
we're hearing some people say that they're having, because I'm reading the feed. People are like, "Oh, Grant's never going to see this feed." Actually, I am seeing the feed, and I appreciate your chat, your input. Love it on your throw it on your toilet seat. If you go into our offices in Miami, some of you are going to get a chance to come to our offices and see our scene there, how we keep people together there. You're going to see on one of the toilets is who's got my money. You need little reminders in your life. What am I doing? How am I going to get through this? So I got worse news, I got bad news, I got good news. Worst news is the economy's never going to be the same, not for a while. It's going to take probably a year or two to get through this deal. Number two, bad news is you ain't going to die. You're going to want to die. I'm telling you, you're going to be like, please put a Glock to my forehead, okay? Number three, you're going to get through this. Everybody is going to get through this. Now, that doesn't mean it turns out well for you. Dave Robards, the first time he heard it, he came up to me because Dave's he's got a little bit of naive in him. He's like, "It's going to be all right." I said, "I didn't say it was going to be all right, dude. I said you were going to get through it." I don't know how you're going to end up. You know, I was the guy. I did 7 cities in January before the 10X Growth Conference. We had the 10X Growth Conference coming up on February 23rd, and I told my staff, I'm going to do 7 cities. We had this many seats left to sell. This is how negative I am. We had that many seats out of 12,000 seats left to sell. And I said, Jared, I'm going to go add 7 cities for free to make sure we sell all those seats. And I told everybody in 2020, because it was the year had just changed. Okay. It was January 2020 and everybody's writing their affirmations down there. 2020 is going to be the year. And I said, every city I was in, I said, look, this is going to be good for some people and bad for other people. It's not going to be the same. Okay. It just so happens 2020 is probably going to be the worst year anybody's had in the last 5 or 6 or 10 years. Maybe not. I don't know. But you're going to get through it. Okay. Now, if you're taking notes, you need to write this down. The question is not whether you will get through this or not. The question is, what do you look like on the other side of it? Okay. I guarantee you, those that follow the information I share with you tonight, I promise you, I guarantee you this. If you follow the advice I'm about to give you, and it won't be easy to follow this advice, but if you do, if you let us help you, if you do this every day, I promise you, you will get to the other side. And I promise that you will be bigger, you'll be stronger, you'll be unstoppable and more confident as a result. I have confidence about this cycle today because I've been through 2008, 2001, 2000, 1995. I bought real estate when nobody was. I remember when 1,600 U-Hauls were leaving the state of California. You could not get a U-Haul from Arizona into Los Angeles. You couldn't get a U-Haul into San Diego. You could get one to leave there because everybody was exiting. So I guarantee you, I've been through enough of these cycles to know how to get through these cycles. Throw it on your toilet seat.
People who took advantage of the offer: Melissa, Jake, Lentra, Magda, Kelly, Chad, Aria, Daniel, Greg, Daniel, Devin, Ido, Justin, Jeffrey, Luke. Congratulations, guys, for enrolling into the program. Remember, this is 8 weeks of coaching. 8 weeks of Cardone University. So each week we're going to be, dropping you guys into Cardone University to give you the skills you need. We're going to be talking about what you're learning in the coaching sessions, and then you're going to be able to come down to Miami to our HQ and spend some time with us. So make sure you guys take advantage of the offer. You can click the link right below to join the mentor program. I promise you, you guys are going to love it. It's one of our most popular things that we do every year when we bring everybody together like this. And of course, you're going to get access to Cardone University. So, Grant, why don't you go ahead and what's the first thing they need to do?
First thing you must do is you must move through the stages of handling this as quickly as possible. Okay? You're taking notes, write this down. The stages of handling a loss or change. Number 1, denial. Okay, there's 5 basic stages that people go through when they're handling a loss or a setback. Number 1 is denial. In denial, there's shock, disbelief. I'm waiting. I'm watching. I'm going to the media. I'm seeing what they're saying today. You're in denial. If you're watching CNN or Fox, you're in denial of the situation. If you're waiting for good news, bad news, whatever you're waiting for, look, just face it now. This is what I told my staff 2 weeks ago. Guys, don't wait for the news. I'm giving it to you now. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be terrible. You're going to have entire industries go out of business and never return. You're going to have the government throw $10 trillion at this event. You're going to have the highest unemployment you've ever seen in your life. I'm trying to crash through these first 4 stages because if you can get to number 5, the faster you can get to full acceptance of this situation, the sooner you will create a plan. the sooner you will be motivated every morning. The sooner you will start taking actions that are terrifying to you, and the sooner you will persist through this. And this is, by the way, this is your competitive advantage, to get to acceptance of the situation as quickly as possible. Number two, if you're angry right now, and there's a lot of angry people right now. Okay, I know people that have already moved out of denial and they're in anger. I can see on YouTube that they're angry because they're finding people to hate. Now, Bill Ackman, some of you saw this, I don't know, I guess it was 4 days ago, Jared, first of the week.
Yeah.
Bill Ackman came on TV on CNBC on Thursday, the previous week. So 2 Thursdays ago, not this one, but last Thursday. Not yesterday, but the week before. He came on. He was on CNBC, and I literally wrote a letter to CNBC. Get him off the air. You can't keep putting Bill Ackman on. By Tuesday, Bill Ackman had made $2 billion shorting the market, shorting certain stocks. He made a $28 million investment and capitalized and made $2 billion. On YouTube, the hate for Bill Ackman was so unbelievable. My 10-year-old walked in and says, why is everybody hating on that man? He made $2 billion. Takes a 10-year-old that's not hateful, not dramatizing, and not blaming to say, wait a minute, he made a bet. He took a position. My 10-year-old said, Papa, why didn't you make the same investment? I'm like, you're killing me right now. Okay? So number one, denial, okay? And you guys need to know this because your friends and your family are moving through these stages right now. I lost my dad when I was 10 years old. I know how hard this is right now when you lose something. When I lost my dad, I was in denial for weeks, maybe months, kept hoping my dad was going to come back. Okay, then I was angry for 5 years because my dad had left me. So this cycle, you got to get through this thing. I know people that have been in stages of handling losses and not get to acceptance for 20 and 25 years. They lost a job. I know a guy that lost a job. He never went back to work again. That was 40 years ago. Third stage is bargaining. You have to know this about yourself, and you got to know it about the people around you, because the people around you are going to become very, very important in the days, the weeks, and the months to come. Who you surround yourself with going forward is going to be one of the things that guarantees how you make it to the other side. Bargaining, you're trying to make sense of the situation. I'm all right. I got a little money. I can get rid of this. I can get rid of that. I can always move. My industry's going to come back. They said it's only going to be 2 months. At least I'm not sick. At least I'm not in Ethiopia. Bargaining. You're trying to make sense of it, okay? 4, depression. You're succumbing to the situation. You're hiding underneath the covers. You're watching Instagram all day long. You're so depressed. You can go up and down these, by the way, okay? Now, what is acceptance? Oh, shit has hit the fan. The kitchen is on fire. When I accepted the kitchen's on fire, what do? I go put the fire out. Okay? I don't blame anybody. I don't stand in shock or disbelief. Oh my God, what am I going to do? The whole house burns down like that. I don't get hateful. I don't dramatize. I don't make a YouTube video about the kitchen burning down, right? What do? I don't even try to make sense of it. Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Who would have done this? You don't do all that. What do? You basically put the fire out. You take action. You accept immediately. I have a problem. Okay? If you've ever had a drug problem or an alcohol problem or a gambling problem, okay, a relationship problem, a commitment issue, a sales call you didn't want to make, you procrastinated, you were actually moving through these 4 stages, unwilling to accept. The introvert says this. I'm an introvert, so I can't make the sales call. The extrovert, I'm not going to make the sales call right now. By the way, sales calls might become fairly important in the days ahead. I'm not going to make the sales call because the guy's not home yet. Okay. Basically, what are you doing? You're bargaining right now. You have to know which one of these you're doing all the time. The thing that has got me out of every major contraction, okay, is not my courage. It's not my commitment. It is acceptance. It's acceptance. Okay. Because I know this. Okay. The faster you can get to acceptance of the reality of the situation and start taking action, the less pain you will experience. Okay, I'm going to show that to you on the screen if I can share the screen. I don't know why I got to go back and forth on this, Jared. Why does it make me do that? Because I don't know what I'm doing. Is that right? Let me just accept that.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. So look, the faster you can get to the acceptance of the reality of the situation and start taking action, the less pain you're going to experience in the cycle. The reason I take so much action, folks, is because I don't want to suffer much anymore. I'd rather make the sales call and know I took it than be in doubt tonight in bed. The faster you get to acceptance of the reality of the situation. What do we have right now, Jared? How many unemployed? I think they said 3.3 million in the first week, almost 7 million today.
Yeah, 6 million yesterday, and
Okay.
they're expecting that number to be 7 million next week.
Yeah, they're advertising that they've given $2 trillion away. It's more like $6 trillion already. It's probably going to go to 10 or 12 or 15 or $20 trillion. Before this mess, we were already $24 trillion in debt. Now we're going to be $34 trillion in debt. Some point we'll probably have inflation, maybe not. Probably before we have inflation, we'll probably have a war to solve all this. I mean, how bad you want it to get? It can get worse than it is right now, folks. I keep telling my wife, baby, okay, just because you got air conditioning today, just because you got electricity today, and just because we got a refrigerator today, doesn't mean we'll have one 60 days from now. And if I'm wrong, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm just too alarming. I hope I'm wrong about everything I'm telling you guys, but I know this, I'll be prepared and I'll be taking action. And I encourage you to do the same thing. Again, this webinar was put together for my staff. We open it up to the public because we think a lot of business owners were like, dude, if you're going to do that for your people, open it up for me. Then we put it out to the public. 50,000 people said, I want in on this deal. So acceptance, what is it? Number one, you got to get honest. I mean, real honest about everything. The first week this happened, within 24 hours of this happening, I was already having to make very, very difficult decisions about our staff because I got honest. I knew this was going to be a problem. Okay. 2, assess the current situation and the worst case scenario. What is the worst case scenario that can happen here? I could lose my job. I could lose my company. I could go bankrupt. What is the worst case scenario? Okay, I could get the coronavirus myself. I could get money from the government and not be able to pay them back. You're going to have to face every one of these situations. I'm going to go out of cash flow. I'll have to sell my watches. I got to get rid of my car. Like, you got to start playing this thing out. This isn't some kid's event. The only people that can treat this like a kid right now is a kid. The rest of us have to treat this like adults. My kids will remember that they lived through 2020, but they are not going to really know what Papa went through in 2020. They're just going to know the coronavirus. That was the year, and she was 10 years old. I'm going to remember this as something different than my children. The only people that should not have to move through this are kids. Unfortunately, if you're in America, you don't know about all the kids in other countries that have been having to worry about electricity and toilets and water and food and money. Some people live on $2 a day. So number one, get really honest right now. Number two, assess your current situation. We're going to be showing you some worksheets that I've distributed to my staff so that they can start looking at their assets, their liabilities, worst case scenario. What do they need to do? What do they need to get rid of? What do they need to add? 3, you need to assess your resources and all resources and all liabilities and all your assets. What resources do you have available? Okay. Water, food, other things that you might need. Assets. What assets do you have? What liabilities do you have? Oh, by the way, if you're taking notes, all assets become liabilities. all assets become liabilities. And another man's liabilities could become your assets. And I'll explain that more in a second, okay? Number 4, you need to create a plan of action. Immediately, I went to my wife. No more spending, 0. We made financial decisions with staff at our office. Hard, ugly decisions. Everyone was affected. Okay, first thing I did was cut my pay to 0 on all the companies. I get paid nothing. I'm not going to do other people and not do myself. I had to make those decisions. I want to cut my income off. And so I cut off all spending going the other way and then start figuring out, okay, what are my liabilities? What are my assets? What are my resources? What changes do I need to make? What is the plan of action here? And number 5, take action and demand results. How long we been under this new moment, Jared? What is it? 10 days now? I don't think Jared could hear me there. He's muted.
Yeah, 3 weeks for most people.
Yeah, for us, what's it been? I mean, since that one day that we made all the hard decisions.
Oh, that was. I think that was almost the beginning of the month, maybe first end of the first week, like March 10th, I think. March 10th.
It was 2 Mondays ago. It feels like it's 25 days to you, but it was 2 Mondays. It was less than 10 days ago.
Wow.
It was 11 days ago. Because it's ugly right now. Time slowed down. Y'all notice that? Oh my God, man, this is painful. What's going to happen now? This was before everybody knew they were moving remote. So like up until a week ago, we were still meeting with our staff every day. Now we're just doing Zoom meetings. So I'll share all that with you, what we're doing, okay? So what are your responses to the current scene going to be? You're going to look around and you're going to see a lot of different people responding different, okay? I'm going to share 6 different kind of characteristics of people that are going to be making moves, and you need to be able to start targeting these people. If you're a manager on our team or you're a leader on the team, you need to know these 6 characteristics. Probably 5 are the ones you need to worry about. The 6th one's a maniac. Number 6 presents their own problems, by the way. Number 1 is passive. They're doing nothing and they're waiting for more news. They could tell you, by the way, they could be passive liars. They could tell you they're doing stuff, but not really. They could tell you they're actually making calls, but they're not really making calls. Even when they do get somebody on the phone, they don't really make the call. Number 1 is passive. They do nothing and they're waiting. Typically, they're waiting for news. You'll know them because they pass news on. They pass on stuff. A guy told me today, my wife said that she found out. I'm like, dude, I don't care. Like, just stop it right there. I don't really care what your wife found out. She's not connected. She's not that connected that it can be real data. And even if she knows something, it's got nothing to do with my plan. I don't care if it came from Wuhan or the CIA. It don't matter. I'm trying to feed my, it's not part of my plan. You see, my plan is about me doing something, not me finding out something. Number 2, the spectator. Very similar to the passive person because they're being influenced by a lot of information. Number 1, passive, was probably passive before this event. Number 2 is the spectator. They watch news and they watch a lot of social media. Social media is not your friend in this cycle, folks. And I've said this for years. Social media has been a blessing and a gift to me. It has been a gift because of the way I use social media. Social media will become a liability for most of the people that are trying to move to the other side of this. Because you're watching, you're being entertained, you're a spectator, you're a viewer, you're an effect, you're receiving information, not doing something with the information. Okay, Jared, I see you bored over there. Number 3, those that contract and pull back. Okay, now don't confuse that with people that contract to attack. You have to contract at some point, but I'm talking about people that are pulling back and hunkering down. I will contract, but there's only one reason to retreat, is so that you can take another attack, so you can take another run at it. Maybe you need to bring all your resources together. Number 4, the victim. The victim is all over the internet right now. They're everywhere. Every company that's letting somebody off, you got people popping up out of the weeds. Oh my God, they let me. Oh my God, they furloughed me. Oh my God, da da da. Oh my God, da da. You got people talking about unemployment that have been unemployed way before this cycle. They weren't working before the cycle. They just called it self-employment. I've warned about all these things, by the way. All you guys out there, you've heard me talk about the solopreneur. I've told you about the guy buying a house. I told you not to sign a long-term lease. I told you, and I told you, and I told you. Told you not to buy 4 units. Why? Because when 2 people move out, and they just did, you're 50% occupied. People will move out during a recession. I've said all this would happen.
Or worse, they stop paying their rent and you can't evict them.
Yeah, even worse. Okay, number 5, the cheerleader. They tell you everything's going to be fine, but have no plan. On the sidelines, dressed in their cute little outfit, everything's going to be fine. Okay, and then there's number 6, 10X attack. It is defined as persistent, massive actions, not action. A lot of you that read the 10X rule, thank you for reading it. Thank you for getting it. If you have it, if you have it, go get that book. Go get back in that book again, okay? Because right now you're starting over. To start over is you're taking notes. Look up the definition of to start over. Starting over means to begin again. You will be doing that every day for weeks, for months, and maybe for years. Starting over, to begin again, to return to the beginning, okay? To go back to basics. I got to go back and do the stuff that got me at least where I was, and then keep doing that and adding actions. This 10X person, they're all over the universe, okay? They're being unemployed right now. They're being furloughed. They're being let go. They're hungry. They're hungry. There's a bunch of them out there, folks. I know them. I've met them. 12,000 of them showed up in Vegas with us. If you listen to Kevin Hart's presentation, if you go back and listen to what Kevin Hart said, Kevin says, I never want to be comfortable. I don't take what I have for granted. I know it can be taken away from me at any time. If you go back and listen to what Kevin Hart was saying and then say, bang, coronavirus comes 30 days later. Listen to what he was saying. Okay, he has not been able to perform. His movies were canceled. He's not getting a paycheck right now. One of the biggest stars in the world has been affected. Listen to what he was saying. Don't get comfortable, okay? So to begin again, we're all beginning again. Facts about starting over. Number 1, starting over. This is the good news, the bad news, and all the news that you need. Number 1, I'm going to give you 7 pieces here if you're taking notes. Jared, we're going to do anything for people taking notes, man? I love to see people throw this up on Instagram.
Yeah, so let's anybody who posts their notes, post a picture on Instagram, and post a picture in your news feed, on Facebook in your news feed, and Twitter and LinkedIn, and post your picture there. Tag Grant Cardone, hashtag 10X. Post a picture of your notes there, and then on
hashtag starting over.
Okay, hashtag starting over. And then per platform, we'll give away an executive ticket to the 10X Growth Conference for each platform.
Yeah, beautiful. By the way, we're doing a 10X Growth Conference. February, Mandalay Bay. I'm working with Mandalay right now. Look at the MGM, man. I get a phone call 3 weeks ago. Hey, Grant, right now it's midnight. I get a phone call. Guy says, right now there's armored trucks going down Las Vegas Avenue, stopping at every casino to take $4 billion out of the casinos. I'm like, well, you've got to be kidding. He's like, no, it's happening right now. So they knew they were shutting that town down before you and I knew it. You guys can't really believe we're going to get all the news, can you? Like, they're not going to tell us everything. But does it matter? Like, you're tuning in to CNN at night or Fox. You're like, oh, they're going to tell me something I don't know. They're not going to tell you anything. Okay? What are you going to do to start over? Because we're all starting over right now. Okay, the facts. Number 1, starting over is a fact of life. This is part of it. If you weren't starting over, you died yesterday. If you weren't listening to this, you ended. You terminated. You quit. There's people that signed up for this and didn't show up. Now they're going to have to go back and do it again. Okay, they're going to have to sign up for it, or they're going to have to come back and try to grab it. Number 2, new beginnings are not negotiable. Everybody does them. I've done many of these. Okay. When I was 10, I lost my dad. When I was 15, I was going to high school. When I was 20, going to college. When I got out of college, when I was getting a job, when I went to the treatment center, when I started my business, when I was traveling 250 days a year with a new company, when I left that company, when I started my own company, when I started my first real estate deal, when I tried to get a loan in my first real estate deal. All these are new beginnings. When I got a root canal for the first time, right? When I lost a girlfriend, when I lost a long-term relationship, when I sold a house, when I bought a house, when I bought my first house, when I did my first deal, when the tenant moved out. Like, you know how many new beginnings you've had? This is just a new one. And they're not negotiable. You have to have them to exist on this planet. Number 3, the longer you fight the new beginning, the more painful it's going to be. You got to lean into this thing. You got to lean into it. You and the spouse got to get on the same page with it, okay? You fight it, it's going to get worse. I'm not suggesting that you tap out, but I am suggesting that you like, okay, wait a minute. I need a new plan. I need a new plan here because I don't want to fight it. Fighting this is not the plan. Okay, Jared, also, if your chat loads up, Jared, no, don't close it all the way. Just close that second one, the shear, just the shears. We got issues over here in our studio, our make-do studio, okay? 4, to start over, you must give something up. To start over, you have to give up something. I know a lot of you right now coming up with action plans, but the reality is all action plans start with giving something up. Jared, what was I sharing with you the other day about barter? I forget what I was talking about. Do you remember that?
Yeah, no, it's change. You've got the definition, definition in here. The derivation of change.
Yeah. The derivation of the word change means to barter. That's where the word first came, change. Change meant to barter. Guess what? When you barter with somebody, you give something up. Okay, I barter a donkey. I trade my donkey for your wheat. I had to give something to get something. You're not going to change if you don't surrender something. I'm telling you that as number 4 here because it's going to be very, very important as we move through this webinar today. And as you move through your life and transition, that you give things up. I have given up more stuff in the last 2 weeks than I would expect probably most of the people on this webinar. I was listening to Robert Herjavec from Shark Tank. He was on TV yesterday, Jared. I think you and I were talking right after you saw him come on. And he was talking about, hey, there was guys that gave up employees 2 weeks ago. They gave up contracts 2 weeks ago. They renegotiated terms and deals 2 or 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks ago. And then there's people that are just getting to it this week. He's like, the guys that did it 2 weeks ago are experienced business people, and they knew what would happen.
Dude, last week he did an interview with CNBC, and the headline was, Robert Herjavec says, hell is here.
Because he's been through it. He's been through enough cycles. He's mature enough. He's not naive. And by the way, hell is here does not mean that you don't get through hell. I think Winston Churchill used to say, if you're going through hell, keep moving. He didn't say lay down and die. Lay down and blame the devil. Okay, surrender. It said just keep moving. You'll get through it. Okay, number 5, you will make it through this. This is facts about starting over. You will. You got to put that on a mirror somewhere. You know, I posted that earlier. I showed you that image. You will make it through this. This is on my mirror right now. Okay, sitting on my mirror in my bathroom. Hey, no virus will stop us. Okay, I'll get through this. I need to be reminding myself every day because I got 500 channels trying to convince me that we're not going to make it through this. The Wall Street Journal, Bloomberg, Fox, CNBC, they're all trying to convince you folks to surrender. Warren Buffett says, the stock market is a place where the impatient give their money to the patient. It is the greatest casino transfer of wealth on planet Earth, where the impatient trade their assets to the patient. Okay? Real estate guys like me that do real estate, these are the moments where I take my portfolio from 8,000 units to 28,000 units. I got punks online think I'm losing my real estate. Guys, I'm not going to lose any real estate. Okay, the only way you would lose your real estate now was you didn't plan on a contraction because you're naive. And you think that good times last forever, okay? So you will make it through this. Everybody, by the way, everybody survives this. Everyone survives this. The question is, how do you survive it? Number 6, you're going to either end up better or worse. You will not end up the same. You will be different forever. And how you see the way through this thing is going to determine, because the big play here is not money and wealth. The big play is confidence, personal confidence. I survived 2020 and got bigger and better. The confidence that comes with surviving a recession is phenomenal. A man told me years ago, I think I was 23, 24 years old, never waste a good recession, man. Never waste a good recession. Number 7, starting over requires help and support. Don't try to do this on all by yourself. Hire a mentor. Get someone to hold you accountable. Get on a team. Get in a private Facebook group. Folks, do not try to do this deal by yourself. You need a tight group. I said this earlier. I said it in the first 5 minutes. The people that you surround yourself right now will be the difference in how you handle each and every day. Okay? All right. What you need to start over, what you will need to start over is, just don't know how to do that thing the way y'all do it. But I'll learn.
It's up. Johnny's got your back.
Johnny, you got my back, Johnny? Yeah. You must have taken it from me then, Johnny. Okay, so what do you need to start over? Number 1, get honest. 2, discipline. Lots of it. First thing I started working on was these first 2 things. I got a piece of paper and a pen out. Okay, let me get honest. Where are my reserves? How much can I go through? What's it costing me to keep the payroll? What's the debt on the real estate? What is our income? Okay, what am I spending money on? What don't I need to spend money on? Okay, now discipline. What's my discipline going to be? What time do I go to sleep at night? See, everybody's looking at their money right now, but they don't even look at their time. How you use time right now is going to determine whether or not you have a dime.
Ooh.
Discipline yourself right now.
Okay? Little rhymey.
What time do you go to sleep? Right now, my sleep time's 9 o'clock. I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm working out at 6. Okay, I got my little 10-year-old that's worked out with me every day. We've worked out more on the road than we worked out when we were at home. 3, take yourself to 0 right now in every financial department that you have. Number 3, get to 0. Okay, quit thinking you have money or reserves. A lot of you fooling yourselves out there. Oh, I got money in the bank. You need to act like you have 0. Take yourself to 0. Do not try to sit on funds. They lie to you. Money is a liar. There's no amount of money, no amount of cash that protects you in this environment. What you do, your actions protect you, not cash. So those of you out there like, man, I wish I had some money. I don't have any money. You know what? You might be in a better situation or position than somebody with money. Number 4, define important and unimportant right now. What is important? What is unimportant? All those little arguments you've been having with mama, you might not have time for them anymore. Okay, you might not have time for some of the bullshit you've been doing. Number 5, you need a list of all assets and liabilities. Jared, we have some of these worksheets that we're going to provide for some of our...
Yeah, they're actually, we put them up for people to access. So we're going to go over them later. But they can actually go to grantcardone.com/live and they can download them there.
Okay, all right. Is that for everybody or for people that want us to help them in the mentoring?
Yeah, no, that's for both. It's for both. They're going to do it on their own here. We're going to help them with it the other place.
Yes, but look, you need a list of all assets and liabilities. Some of you, unfortunately, that think some of your assets are what was an asset 3 weeks ago, it could be a liability to you today. I don't know, Jared, if you want to talk about any of that, but
well, I mean, you know, like cars, like people, like, you know, I mean, dude, we had a month ago we had 183 employees or 173 employees. you know? And at the time they were all assets. But then what happened was things got cracked. And then we had to start going through and making decisions on who our assets were, which means who can we rely on, who can produce, who doesn't need management, because then we get put in a situation.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't understand that. Like, look, time is your most valuable resource. It is not money. So if I have somebody that I just brought on 2 weeks ago, and they're not part of the culture yet, they're not educated, I can't manage them. We're now remote. I can't even be with them. I don't even know what their disciplines are like or not like, other than a resume, and I just hired somebody 24 hours ago. Why am I going to invest resources in training someone when my time right now, I only got so much payroll and only have so much time? The NFL can't hire every person that they want to. There's only a certain number of people on the roster. And they can only train and educate and support so many people. So you need to make a list right now of all your assets and liabilities. Jared made a good point about friends. The guy you were drinking with 3 weeks ago, fine, no problem, man. It was cool. Might not be the guy you can spend time with this week. Like, I'm not wasting any time. There was the guy that called me yesterday. I'm like, bro, I had time for you 4 weeks ago. I don't have time now. And I probably could have spent 3 or 4 minutes with him, but I don't have time for it right now. I can't even spend the time and the energy on that relationship at this time.
Yeah.
Everything needs to be reevaluated. 6, inventory your time. What are you doing? When do you have loaf time? When do you get to watch a TV show? You still need to do some fun things. Okay, when is it going to be though? What's your workout time like, if you even have one? If you don't have the gym, do you have an excuse, or do you have a floor to do push-ups on? I lost my gym yesterday. Okay, I got a better workout in with a floor than I did the day before with the equipment, because I didn't have the excuses. Okay, 7, inventory all your contacts. Who are your contacts? Who can you contact? Who can you be with? Who can you re-up? Okay, the contracts that you have, in addition to the contacts, what contracts do you have that you could renegotiate and reach into the future of that contract and pull it forward to you, solving a problem for the person you contracted, who's about to call you anyway and say, I got to cancel. Jared, how long before we were making those moves? If this thing's been 12 days,
if the ignition on this thing turned on 12 days ago, before the end of the day on day 12, or like, we were already making moves. We were already starting to talk about it. They were already starting to talk about shutdowns possibly coming. They were already starting to talk about, people should stay at home in certain areas. And we were like, you were like, this is what we need to do. This is what's going to happen with our employees and our staff. This is what's going to happen with all of our customers. We have 2,000 companies that we work with in every industry that you can imagine. And frankly, I don't think we anticipated it would be as bad as it is. But because we overreacted, we put ourselves in a position where we're like, we had a plan in place. We knew exactly what to do. Because we made decisions quick, we were able to train the team on how to handle the situations. So we just moved really fast because we didn't get hung up.
I called Jared and Sherry and Ryan on a Monday morning, said, come over to the Regalia. They came over. I'm like, okay, guys, this is what's going to happen. I know they thought I was overreacting. We didn't make any decisions that day. I called them back Tuesday. He said, hey, let's have another meeting. And said, look, guys, I know y'all don't like what we got to do here, but we're going to do it. So first thing we did was start saying, okay, what do we got to do to make sure we're in business 3 months from now? 2, we started doing the things that I'm doing with you right now. Okay, number 7 was inventory our contacts and our contracts. Okay, Jared, contracts are an asset.
Yep.
Okay, customers looking at that contract saying, I got to pay X dollars every month for what? Okay, he's going to call us. It's just, when's he going to call us?
So now that contract becomes a liability. Like, if you guys are trying to figure out how does the contract, which is an asset, which is future guaranteed revenue, which in our business, we've got a good bulk of business on contracts that people pay on every single month. That's a huge asset, adds a tremendous amount of value to the business. But when nobody can pay their bill, or a car dealership can't open, or the chiropractic business isn't allowed to touch people, then all those contracts now become a liability to us.
Yeah. So I said, Jared, let's just reach into the future. This is a very smart thing to do. It's something all of you should be thinking about doing right now. You're just 3 weeks behind. Let's reach into the future and call Mr. Johnson and say, hey, rather than canceling, why don't we do this? Why don't we take your 24 months, you pay for 12 of it, and we cancel half of the contract? You got to be willing, like you guys got to be willing right now. While this is going on, when you do this, there are no sacred cows. Your previous pricing becomes a liability. The package that you offered, a liability. Idealism. Oh, if they don't accept the package like this and do this and this and that, and they don't do this exactly like this, then it's not going to work. Well, you can't be idealist right now. You got to be in survival mode right now. We took our tenants on 8,000 units and said, look, prepay for 12 months. I'll give you 15. I'm going to destroy my budget into 2021. Destroy it. I'm going to destroy my future to protect my present time, okay? We had more collections before the end of March than we have ever had in any month that I've been in real estate. Any month, 30 years I've been doing this, by double. 94% renewal on leases, 43% of the people paid before the end of the month ended because we went out and reached into the future and brought it forward, willing to destroy a future in order to protect ourselves right now. So inventory all your contracts. That's number 7. Number 8, make hard decisions. Once you make this list, and Jared, maybe you can read some of the chats, the questions, make hard decisions. And hard decisions are not things that go on in your head. A decision is, okay, we need to call Todd and tell him I got to pull him back. Okay. And we need to tell Todd, please stay with us. Don't leave us because of this. A decision is, okay, I actually communicated. It's not an idea. Love to look this word up, actually. Number 9, make a list of who and what you are willing to give up. Decision. Decisions, man. Oh, wow, we're going to go get toilet paper. That's the decision in the first week that people made. That wasn't hard to do. Let's run to the store and get toilet paper. Okay, decision means a conclusion or resolution reached after consideration. A decision is not an idea. You've already had the idea. Now you go do something with the decision. The action or process of deciding something or resolving a question. So make a decision, hard decisions. And number 9, make a list of who or what, or who and what, probably who and what, better, you are willing to give up.
John asked, what should I do with $10,000 in the bank right now?
That would not be my question. My question right now would be, how do I get some of that stimulus money? A lot of people are missing right now. You're looking at all the bad news, but because you haven't made decisions about what to get rid of, so you can't put your attention on the new thing. There's so many opportunities that are going to be born out of this right now. It's unbelievable. $2 trillion. People are acting like $2 trillion is nothing or something. The $2 trillion that the stimulus bill signed off on, most people do not how to access that money. Business owners are like, hey, I got to go get that money. Who's got my money? See, there's still money moving through the cycle. Trump knows to keep money moving through the cycle. I talk about this in the Millionaire booklet. I talk about it in the Playbook to Millions. I talk about it at Cardone University. Where's the revenue line? Get as close as you can to the revenue line. The revenue just changed. We had a big river of revenue running through America, right? And it just got stopped. Everybody was sent home. Companies closed down, and the revenue shifted to another place. Now it's coming from the federal government. You got to tap into that line. Companies that weren't talking to us about sales training a month ago are calling me now saying, okay, let's roll, game on. I was protecting something old the last time we talked. Now I'm willing to do it your way and go a boiler room. Okay, number 8, you got to make decisions now, okay? You got to make decisions, real decisions. I'm sorry, number 10, you got to make decisions to get everyone on the same page. Everybody, your wife, your husband has to be on the same page. The kids need to be on the same page.
What do you, Nick was asking, what do you mean by take yourself to zero? Do you mean investing all your assets, your money into assets?
Yeah. No, the guy that's talking about having $10,000, dude, you need to quit thinking about that 10 grand. You got your attention on something that's meaningless in this exercise. You're like, man, I got 3 rounds left in my AR. Yeah, you're empty, because you ain't that good a shot. So like, I don't know what you're running around with that for, because what are you gonna do? Save it? You're done. This is a marathon, folks. 10 grand's not getting you through it. Quit thinking little here. That's why I'm telling you, take yourself to zero. I once lived on, I took $100 and once I lived on $100 for 10 days and never spent 1 penny of it. And the reason I was able to do that is because I got rid of the $100. See, most people, they hold on to the 100 and they try to manage 100. I didn't want to manage $100. I wanted to manage other people's hundreds. So the first thing you got to do is get rid of your 10 grand. I'd act like I don't have it anymore. And if I was going to invest it right now, I would invest it in, I mean, you need a plan right now. I don't know what you do. So I need a plan. I need a marketing plan, a promotion plan. I might need a product. Many of you can't market yet because you got to rework all your products. You had a $995 product that won't sell in this marketplace right now. Okay, so you got to work that out. We're going to work that out with you. This is going to take more than just 35 minutes to figure that out. But first, you'd have to create a priority list. What is first? What's most important? Okay, if you're taking notes, create a priority list right now. What's most important right now? Oh, I got to have my health, right? Yeah, that's right. What else is important? Number 2, what's not important? Number 3, people you can afford. 4, people you can afford. Number 5, what you absolutely have to have right now. Number 6, what you might need in the future. Number 7, what you absolutely don't need. And number 8, make decisions about this list. What's important, what's not important, people you can afford, people you can't afford. I'm not talking about financially. You cannot afford to have some people around you right now. They cost nothing and you can't afford them. Number 5, what you absolutely need around you right now. What do you have to have? We thought we needed offices 2 weeks ago. We don't. I spent $14 million on an office building 2 years ago. Shit. Every time my people tell me we're doing great remote, I'm like, God damn, I shouldn't have bought the damn office building. But, you know, some of you are going to get a chance to come visit us in June. Jared, we're going to be open. We'll be open in May or June. Yeah, we're going to be open May. Some of you are going to be able to come visit us in May, actually.
It's going to be May.
Yeah, May. Thank you, Jared, for being so positive. What you absolutely don't need, and then you got to make decisions, okay? Jared, can you show the asset liability page or Johnny,
Yeah. We can cue that up real quick. Johnny, you got it? Yeah.
And I can't see the chat, Jared, as easily as you can.
Yeah, so, you know, a lot of people asking questions about their money, their job, they have companies, what to do with their employees. Do you want to take a question from a person or a business owner?
Either one.
Okay.
We're all on the same boat, by the way.
What would you recommend for me to do as a 1099 contractor right now?
Well,
my business is off. Yeah.
Yeah. I would be making calls right now. I'd be strengthening the relationship you have with those people. I see a lot of people offering free streams like we're doing right here, but these free things that you're doing right now need to convert to a monetization of something somewhere along the line. You're going to have to pay your families. So Johnny was supposed to hook me up there and he didn't. So I don't know if he didn't hear me or.
Yeah, it's up.
But what I would do as a 1099 right now is I would take this list right here and I'd get honest, discipline yourself, get your discipline in. Some of these are steps. I mean, you can't skip steps. You got to take them. I take myself to zero, quit thinking I got money sitting around. Dude, I act like I have no money every day, folks. Every day I wake up, I have no money. What do I do? Okay, define what's important and what's unimportant. Oh, I owe $1 billion to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Those relationships are kind of important. Okay, my credibility went on the other side of this. If I want to go, my goals are important, by the way, right now. Okay, so what's most important to me? I'm going to get on the other side of this. Me taking my little marker and writing it on the wall, kind of important right now. Why? Because I want to get to the other side of this. I want to go to where I'm going to be, not where I am today. So define the important right now, define what's unimportant, your assets, your liability, your contacts, your contracts, the hard decisions that you need to make in your life. What do you need to give up? Get everybody on the same page right now. I mean, a lot of people got a lot of soul searching to do right now.
So like if you were, somebody asking right now about being in the travel industry, the industry's completely shut down. So do they pivot and go try to get something else right now and try to make some money, Amazon or Walmart or something? Or
I would look for people with problems. Amazon's hiring people right now. Okay, I would look for a guy like me that's frustrated that my management company at Cardone Capital can't be on site. I'd start figuring out how to plug pieces together. Oh, wait. Grant's got 28 properties. He's concerned about losing tenants. He's concerned about getting tenants. There's people moving around the marketplace right now worried about where they're going to live next month. That's why we had such high renewals. And I'd be like, wow, why don't I go live on Grant's property? He gives me an apartment. Look how smart this would be, Jared. He gives me an apartment, $1,800 apartment. He trades that for me being a leasing agent, pays me a commission on everybody I bring into the property, and I make sure that I convert people and keep them on the property. I make sure the people that are there, that are seeing CNBC say, oh, you can't be evicted, that we communicate with 8,000 tenants and say, hey, no, we're not going to evict you right now, but you still got to pay. And if you don't pay, you leave this cycle and you ruin your credibility in the marketplace. So somebody needs to have that communication with the tenants, right? Somebody needs to have that communication with the employees. I, as the owner of the company, if you own a company right now, you got to communicate with your customers. You got to communicate with your contracts. You got to communicate with your vendors. You got to communicate with your employees every day more than ever. And you need to be able to offer everybody something. So if I'm in the travel industry, I'm in the cruise line industry, all right, I'm gonna stick around for my unemployment check or whatever they're gonna give you, the furlough or whatever the deal was. But I need some money. Okay. How do I do a deal? Maybe this is the time to become a self-employed Cardone licensee. Okay, we're going to be in business when this is over with. What industries are going to live? I assure you, I will be helping more companies in June this year than I was helping in June of last year. Because everybody's going to be like, okay, I'll pay you guys $3,000 a month rather than paying 10 people $30,000 a month to help me go rebuild my business. So the consulting field is a very affordable solution coming out of a recession, and typically do extremely well after recessions. So I'd make a list, again, assets and liabilities. Assets, house, car, employees, products, pricing, spouse, family, customers, contracts, free time, health, the industry that you're in, what you knew, ideas that you have, drinking, drugs. These are assets, or are they liabilities? I don't know. You need to make a list of what they are. The girlfriend that you had last month, maybe she was an asset, Maybe she's just an ass. I don't know. It depends. Okay, if she was on the same page partying with you back in February and January, okay, great. You guys were having a good time. You know what? Maybe she ain't ready for this party. This is a different kind of party, folks. That's why I'm telling you, you need to make a list of all your assets, and you need to get honest with yourself. Whatever was an asset 2 weeks ago may not be an asset today. The car you had in good times may be a liability today. I had a guy send me a watch at the 10X Growth Conference, strapping a watch on me. I was about to buy that watch, particularly after the damn Kevin Hart thing. I buy a watch after each one of my special movies. I do a movie and I get a watch. And I'm like, shit, I'm going to buy that damn watch because I just finished the 10X Growth Conference. I just raised $350 million. I gave myself all these reasons to buy this dumbass watch. I didn't pay for the watch. Avi didn't close the deal. Corona hits. I call Avi, pick it up. And I'm telling you, I didn't want to give the watch up. The asset became a liability. And it wasn't a financial issue, folks. It was about making decisions, hard decisions. Giving a watch up is nothing compared to many of the decisions many of you have to make. You're going to have to move. You're going to have to leave a company. You're going to have to leave an industry. You're going to have to let somebody go. You're going to have to be separated from your wife for a while or your family. You're not going to be able to see your kids for a while. You got to go learn something new. So make a list of your assets and liabilities. Jared, I think we have a worksheet for everybody on what.
Yeah, it's grantcardone.com/live. If you just scroll down right where they're watching the stream right now, if you just scroll down underneath there, you can click the links and you can download the worksheets there.
And again, guys, we I hope you find this valuable. Let us know in the chat whether you find this valuable, whether it's helpful for you to have this information, whether you're glad you joined this. Look, the truth about change is this. To change, you have to give something up. You have to give something up. So you got to make a list today. You probably already know what it is. I probably already punched on something you got to get rid of. What's something you need to get rid of right now? If I bring up dogs right now, I lose half the audience. I think 40% of Americans, pull up what it is. What percentage of Americans have a dog? Y'all got to rethink the dog thing. Not because of the money. You need to rethink of it because of the time it takes.
44% of Americans own a dog.
How many? What?
44% own a dog, 29% own a cat.
It's crazy, man. 76% of Americans were living paycheck to paycheck before this event happened.
Dude, there's homeless people that got dogs.
It's crazy, guys. Crazy. Getting rid of something old or questionable makes room for something new. Getting rid of something old or something questionable makes room for something new. Go look in your closet tonight as an exercise. How many things you're holding on to from the past? There is no change. There's no change by simply adding new behavior. You got to get rid of something. Change requires you surrender. You give something up first. So if you're serious tonight about change, about starting over, change is defined as make or become different. Comes from barter. To change, you got to what, Jared?
To change, you got to change.
Yeah, it's so awkward. It's such a simple damn truth, man.
You know, it's funny, though, because when you called me, and when you think about change, and we talk a lot about change because people, when they become clients of ours, they're looking to change their income. They're looking to grow their business. They're looking for some type of positive change in their business or their life. And you always had said, you know, hey, look, if you want to change, you got to give something up. If you want to make more money, you're going to have to give something up. If you're going to lose weight, you got to give something up. If you're going to grow your business, you got to give something up. If you're going to have a different relationship with your kids than maybe your dad did, then you're going to have to give something up. Like all of these things. And it never hit me like it did yesterday when you were on the phone and you were like, hey, the origins of the word change meant to exchange or barter.
It's crazy.
It was like, and then I was like, oh my God, people want to change, but they don't. It's a one-way barter. It's a one-way. They're trying to do it with a one-way exchange, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah, and Jared, that's so well said, because the clients that we have the most trouble with want to change, but they don't want to change anything.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, I want to add stuff to my house.
Yeah.
If you guys just keep adding stucco and brick and I mean, yeah, as long as you're willing to wait 1,200 years, it's going to look good.
Yeah.
But if you take a brick house and add stucco, and then you're like, okay, this is how the Italians built Italy. Okay, they ran out of stucco, so they added brick. They ran out of bricks, so they added concrete. They ran out of that, so they added whatever, right? And if you wait 2,000 years and drink enough wine, it looks good. But if you let the economy die, people are going to leave there anyway.
Yeah,
the economy ages too long. By the way, we've known this for years. Japan and Italy, aging populations. No new blood. What happens? The economies start to stagnate and get small, and they get burnable. And so the Caribbean islands, somebody said to me the other day, man, nobody's talked about, the Caribbean island that was hit recently. I said, dude, the Caribbean islands have depended upon the economy of other countries to send people there. They're susceptible always to hiccups and colds, much less a coronavirus that shuts down planes and hotels across the world. So things you got to get rid of right now. Here's a list of things that you should be thinking with as we consult companies. As Brandon Dawson and I work at Cardone Ventures with companies that want to scale their companies into this environment. By the way, it's going to be a great scaling moment, folks.
I want to say something here, because for me, I have a very different perspective of what's happening right now than I did when I started working for you in 2010. Like, extremely different. Like, I actually have something to lose now. Back then I didn't, like I was just, but what you have to understand now is you guys are moving through this. Number one, you have to understand that there is a lot of business still being done. We see it every day in our business. In our company, we're still doing deals. New deal inflow has not slowed down for us. So there are still pockets of business that are doing deals. What has to start changing is you have to work harder to get business now that used to be easier to get just 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I just want to encourage you guys with something, because you just need to continue to do the right things. You may not get the deal. Like, deals may be few and far between, but that doesn't mean stop doing the work. Because let me tell you what happened. It's the same thing that happened for me working for Grant. I came in, the industry that we were selling to was virtually decimated. It got cut in half. And my job was to cold call these businesses when they were trying to contract. They were trying to keep their business together. They were going out of business. They were getting bailed out by the government. And my job was to show up every day and cold call these people and try to sell them something that they didn't want. And I got to tell you, at the time, it was so frustrating for me, because I was not accustomed to not selling things when I tried to, because I had been, marginally successful at selling stuff in the past. But it just seemed like it was too hard. And after 90 days, I almost quit. But I remember I had this moment where I was like, this is a moment right now. This is a fork in the road. Which way are you going to go? Are you going to cower? Are you going to go back? Are you going to go back to settling? Are you going to go back to comfort, whatever form of comfort that actually means? Or are you going to lean into this? Are you going to build muscle? Are you going to build discipline? Are you going to get great? And worst case scenario, you do this for a year and you leave with better discipline. You're stronger, you're better, and then you could go back and do the thing that you were going to do. And a lot of you are being faced with this decision right now, and some of you don't even know it yet because you haven't really figured out how much push it's going to take to get deals right now. But all I can say is that when you come out of this, the experience that I had when things started opening up, it was literally like somebody had fired me out of a slingshot. because I was grinding and running and crushing the phones, and I was, working crazy hours, and I had built this muscle to operate in a certain way because deals were so scarce that when things started opening up, I was scooping deals up all over the place. I was doing a deal a day. I mean, it was insane how fast the deals were coming in. And that will come.
Jared's describing right now the responses to the current scene: passive, spectator, contract, pull back, victimize yourself, cheerleader, or 10x attack. He basically built that skill in, the 10x thing in, the 10x attack all the time, and then had a team around him, or at least had enough leadership, a mentor around him that expected the 10x attack. That's why this culture that you put yourself in, knowing this is one thing, having a culture, support mechanism, accountability, a coach, a mentor, the tools. Jared had the tools. Jared had the scripts. Jared had the follow-up mechanisms. Jared had the emails. Jared had what we needed to keep him in the game, and he heard me talking about it every day. So again, folks, you're not going to do this by yourself. If you try to do this by yourself, it's going to be extremely painful for you. I'm telling all our employees, buddy up. Did we put the buddy up in? We got buddy ups. We got teams, squads, buddies, holding people accountable. It's the first thing. We made some decisions on a Monday and a Tuesday. On Thursday, we had our first meeting. I told them exactly what I'm telling you right now. Okay, it's going to be terrible. The economy's over as you know it. You're going to get through it. You're not going to die, and you're going to want to. Now, buddy up. You need a buddy. You need a mentor. You need accountability. You got to change. What are you going to give up? Do you need to send the car back? Do you need to give something up? Do you need to get rid of that expense? Do you need to get rid of the Apple TV at $10 a month? I don't know. You guys got to decide. I'll tell you right now, I'm already looking at all my auto subscribe. Okay, you're like, what's $7 matter? It don't until it does. What matters most is, hey, I ain't doing it because I ain't using it. Okay, what do you have in your garage or your house that you need to get rid of right now and barter with someone? Or maybe you need to add it to a deal. Dude, do a deal with me and I'll give you my Peloton bike. By the way, I'm looking for a Peloton bike right now. Anybody's got one they want to dump out, I'll take that bad boy right now and trade you for some free training or a 10X growth conference. Let's do some bartering. I need a bike. Okay, and there's things that are more valuable than money, but you got to get rid of some stuff. This is what I'm telling you. You have to get rid of something first and then add to make space for the new you, okay? Things you got to get rid of right now. You got to look at your margins. I know a lot of you out there. I got a lady right now. Sabrina wants singing lessons from this lady. She wants $250 a session. Like, that's stupid. Dude, I ain't going to do it. Like, do you know what we're going through right now? I don't even want to talk to the girl about it. It's so dumb. I'm like, what? I'm worth $250. You need to give up your margin right now and take $50. Do not stop a flow coming at you. Get over your ego and your bullshit about what you're worth and who you've helped. Okay? Aretha Franklin trained me. I don't care. Aretha Franklin ain't got the corona. Respect. Okay. All right. Margins, pricing, non-core products, things you cannot support. How many times have I had that conversation, Jared? We cannot support that product.
Yep.
There is zero margin in it and we can't scale it. It's a great idea. People do want it. It got killed by itself, by the way, didn't it, Jared, finally?
Yeah.
New ideas. You guys got new ideas. Everybody's got new ideas. I got people hitting me with masks. Guy yesterday hit me. I sold 50 million masks yesterday. Man, you want to sell them some masks? No, I don't. I don't have time to sell a mask. Somebody else might. Maybe you guys want to. I got my hands full. Excuses. You got to get rid of the excuses. You got to have a no excuse environment right now. Friends that were friends that aren't friends anymore. Free time. I mean, you got to think that show Friends that was on TV for so long. How many of those people would not be a good friend to have at this time? All of them. Maybe Courtney, she'd be good for a friend. Free time, underperformers. You cannot afford to be around underperformers right now. Expenses. There's expenses you got to get rid of. There's old things you got to get rid of. People that you can't support anymore. Retirement accounts that you had. You guys should be banging your retirement accounts right now. Your IRA, your 401k. You can pull $100,000 out of that account right now and not pay it back for 3 years without a fee. You need to learn new stuff right now, okay? Maybe I give Netflix up long enough so that I can learn about the stimulus code. Okay, now this is the order of actions that I want you to take. And then we're going to talk about how we can help you stay on this if this has been helpful. Jared, why don't you get a shout out for everybody if this has been helpful? I'd love to know how many people.
Steve Nguyen said these are fire facts. Barely Hear It says great stuff. Help, just got rid of the car.
And guys, you don't need to feel bad about it, right? You got to understand that, like if you look at this scene for what it is, we have a president that loves real estate. People think real estate's going to get crushed. This guy loves real estate. His son-in-law is a real estate guy. His son-in-law, his whole family are real estate people. Trust me, real estate will be protected in this cycle. People, you will have more tenants after this in the apartment business. You need to start looking at industries that are going to survive this show. Single family homes. Donald Trump's never been a guy about single family homes. He's about rentals. He's about office. He's about big cities. Okay. 2, he's about restructuring. He will restructure debt. He will flood the United States of America with money till the end of time, if necessary. There will probably be highways and bridges built in this country going forward. If you look at the stimulus code right now, you're going to see that CapEx, capital expenditures, has been in a recession for almost 18 months. So what does that mean? CapEx is new roofs, new buildings, new windows, new doorways, new sidewalks, new parking lots, asphalt, slurry coat, tree trimming, the plumbing, new kitchens. This is going to explode over the next 18 months. You just got to see past the problems, and you can't see past the problems. Just go look at your closet, and you'll understand why you can't see past the problems. Because you've been collecting old ideas for so long, you won't throw anything out. Okay, these are the 9 actions you should be taking right now. Number 1, you got to get into full acceptance right now. As fast as possible, get through the 5 stages to full acceptance. Number 2, you must assess your liabilities and your assets. Get a worksheet, a piece of paper, all your assets on one side, and start moving. Are they assets or liabilities? Have an asset side and a liability side. Put your house down, okay? And just start asking yourself, is it really an asset or is it a liability? If you had equity in your home 4 weeks ago, most of that has been destroyed today. If you bought a house in the last 6 months, it's a liability right now. Okay, 30-year mortgage compared to a 10-month lease. There's not even a. You can't even refinance. You won't be able to sell your house. Don't need more about it, by the way. You just need to accept. Asset became a liability. I can't sell it anyway. Accept it. There's nothing to do with the house. Maybe move your office there. Maybe move a team there. Maybe start writing it off. Maybe start figuring out how the rules in the stimulus package can pay for part of that house for part of the time. Or maybe you're like, hey, the thing to do now is walk away from that house. I don't know. You need to figure that out, though. 2, assess your liabilities and your assets. Defend nothing. There are no holy grails. Number 3, remove everything that doesn't help and support you. If it doesn't help you, remove it from your path. Remove it. It's in the way. It's a dead body. It's your sister. She died in front of the car. You need to move. You need to continue the trip. What would your sister say? Move my body. So you got to make hard decisions right now, folks. 4, focus on everything you do have. Hey, what do I have? What are my resources? Most people miss the most valuable assets you have: courage, commitment, persistence, heart, passion. Okay, helping others. Hey, dude, I got some food in my refrigerator. Let me feed the family next door. Let me help somebody in my neighborhood. Let me pass on some good news. Number 5, get your discipline in to produce revenue. Get my discipline in. I need to make more calls. We're making how many calls a day right now? Per person, per deal?
It was 407 calls.
407 phone calls to get one deal. How many phone calls did we make last week?
11,000.
11,000 phone calls out of one office last week, and we're working remote.
71,000 last month.
71,000 phone calls last month, and this month we will do more than that. Get your discipline in to produce revenue. Make a list. Number 6, make a list of the products you have. Every product offer you have. So if you're a masseuse, what is it? It's a 30-minute massage, a 1-hour massage. Maybe you need some other products. Maybe people don't want to get, they don't want to go full Monty with the massage right now. Okay. Seems like a business that would be doing good right now because people got a lot of stress going on. Maybe they need a shoulder massage. Maybe they just need legs. Maybe they need a 15-minute. Maybe they need a 30-minute. Maybe they need 2 hours. I don't know, but you guys got to come up with something else. You can't do everything online. And you can't do everything for free. Okay. Maybe you got to bring it to them now. Make a list of all your product offers. Which ones worked, which ones work, and which ones don't. And number 7, create a contact or partner list. Who could you do business with? Who do you know that's close by? Who does have money or something to trade? Who can help me? Who's got my money? Not 10 million people are unemployed. 10 million people out of 350 million people, it ain't that many people. The truth is, folks, we've been at the lowest unemployment, a ridiculous low unemployment for a long time. And you weren't doing good then. So don't blame this on Corona. Blame it on your lazy ass for not paying attention to what was really going on 3 weeks ago, 3 months ago, 3 years ago, through this whole cycle. This is your wake-up call now. Number 8, expand. By the way, I called you a dumbass with respect. Okay? Come on, put it in the chat box if you've ever been a dumbass. Okay? I know I have been. This cycle, I was not a dumbass in. Every day for 10 years, I've told Jared, it's coming. Let's be in a position so that we can continue to support our customers with quality content and offer people solutions. Number 8, expand into this thing, expand with your offers. That means you need all your inventory laid out, your products laid out, your pricing laid out. That's something that we do at our boot camps, by the way. And also, when you come to 10X headquarters, we sit down and start working with people in small groups, saying, what is your product offer? What is your pricing? What is your margin? What is your second offer, your third offer, your fourth offer, your fifth offer, your sixth offer? What's your long-term, your residual offer? What's your contract offer, your one-off offer? What's your free offer? We do all this in our office 12 times a year for people involved in our mentor and boot camps, mentor program and boot camps. Number 9, you need somebody to hold you accountable. Accountable to your decisions, accountable to your new decisions, accountable to your goals and targets, accountable to your outflow, how many calls you're going to make. So I started with this. You're going to get through this. It's going to be bad. It's going to be ugly. You're going to want to die. The economy, as you know, it's going to change. You will get through this. The question is, how long does it take you to get through it? And what does life look like for you on the other side? Okay. Out of the last hour and a half that I've spent with you, you could leave here and you can just do nothing and pop onto another podcast and think you're doing something. You should just label yourself which one of those 6 people that you're being. You could do this, try to do this by yourself. Okay. There's a lot of things that we have not explained to you just because of time. I don't have time to go over every one of your products, your offers, your pricing. I don't have time to answer every question here tonight about your industry, like the one person that says I'm in the travel industry. I mean, you're in the hotel business. I mean, you're not opening up for 60 days. You're in the restaurant business and you're a waitress. You need to make some moves. You're a leasing agent in the apartment business. You need to make some moves. You're Uber. You need to make some moves. You're down to $10,000. Folks, you need to make some moves right now. Tell you what, if I was down to $10,000, I'd invest in a Grant Cardone license. And I'd prepare myself so that 30 days from now, 60 days from now, when business opens, I could start being a consultant in the town that you're in Allentown, Pennsylvania. You could be a consultant in your town and start helping the car dealer, the plumber, the roofer, the contractor. The third thing you could do is you could let us help you, okay, as you make this transition on April 3rd, 2020, the year that will forever, 100 years from now, they will talk about this year in the Bible or in biblical, in churches and not, I mean, unless there's a new Bible, Jared, you think there's going to be a new Bible out of this, the Corona edition?
Man, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how this turns out.
Yeah. So right now is the time. Jared, do you want to just talk about what we can do for people that want help and support from us right now with our mentoring?
Yeah. So look, we have a program that we offer usually 3 or 4 times a year. We hadn't planned on doing another one for another couple months, but given what's happening right now, we decided to launch another one. And we'd like to invite you guys to join our mentoring program at grantcardone.com/mentor. And basically what you get inside this program is you get 8 weeks of coaching from Grant, myself, our team. And we basically take 8 weeks, and each week, week by week, we go through helping you actually map out the skills you need to get out of this situation. Deals are harder to get. You need to get better than you've ever been in order to access those deals. So you're going to get access to coaching so that we can guide and direct you on where to go and what to do in your particular industries. And while you do that, the other thing that you're going to get access to is you're going to get access to the 8 weeks of Cardone University, which is the platform that we put together for companies initially to basically train their people on phone skills, on follow-up skills, on closing skills, on negotiating, on building prospect lists and building scripts. It's a program we sell companies for anywhere from $25,000 to $50,000 a year on the low side. You're going to get access to that for 2 months entirely for free. And then to keep the network together, like Grant talked about, you got to keep people around you that are positive, that are on the same journey. We have an exclusive mentor group called the 10X Mentor Program Group, where we're going to have a group of people that are 10X mentors, people that are committed to getting through this better and faster and stronger than they went into it, people who are committed to being a net giver to the people around them, and people who want to uplift and provide some moral support in a group, because the truth is when you get off this call, you're probably going to go to a girlfriend or a husband or a wife or a friend or family member or whatever, that before you put your bed down your head on your bed at night tonight, somebody's going to try to spew some negativity on you. They're going to try to spew some garbage on you. And the purpose of the groups that we create is so that we can insulate you from that, so that you can be surrounded by people that are like, no, it's happening, it's working. Hey, I used this with a customer today and it worked. Hey, I repackaged my offer like this and it pulled the deal forward, so the customer didn't wait 3 months to make a decision. So you're gonna get access to the networking group. Then, as you see here on the page here below the video, we have all of the assessments and exercises that the liability.
Jared, I don't think they see that, Jared.
Yeah, they do. Liability assets worksheet, asset assessment, liability assessment. Basically, an entire package of worksheets so that you can learn how to repackage your offer, learn how to reprice your offer, learn what value you can add to your existing offer. And week by week, we're going to go through each of these things and ultimately end up with a power-based customer list worksheet, which is going to help you identify your circle of power and influence, the people that are closest to you, the people who want to see you do well, the people who you already know, the people who already know, like, and trust you, right? This is where you start in times right now. You start with the people who you already have relationships with. You don't go create new ones. So we're going to help you build those lists out, build contact lists, and there's going to be some exercises. We're going to be calling leads, and some of you are going to be a little bit uncomfortable, but that's why you have the group. You have the group to support you. So if you were to go through and get the 8 weeks of coaching, the 8 weeks of Cardone University, the 10X mentoring group, and the exercises, that would be a retail cost of $4,491. So this is a huge, massive value package that we've put together. Do you have the image that showed the reviews, Johnny, from the last group that we put together? 99% of the 438 people who were in the last group said that they would rejoin the group. 92% or said they'd recommend it. 98.2% said that they would participate in the group again. So the satisfaction of this group is like off the charts. People love the community. They love the support. There's a lot of people in the comments right now that are saying that they're in the group already and sharing some of the stories that they've had. It's magic what can happen when you get a group of like-minded people together and they're all pushing on the same thing, and they're supporting, they're not hating, they're encouraging, they're not discouraging. It really helps deal with, it helps combat the negativity that, like, undoubtedly every single one of us is going to face. No matter what, no matter how much you try to control the people around you, you're going to have people that are distracting. They're talking down. They keep bringing up like the negativity of the situation that's going on. And so we wanted to do a special offer for you guys tonight on the live training for, $997. You got this up, Johnny?
Yeah. So guys, that includes 8 weeks of coaching with me and my team. Okay. 8 weeks of Cardone University, 10X mentor networking group. Is Johnny, you got it on me again?
Yeah, you're good.
The weekly exercises. Okay. These exercises are vital. The liability and the assets, liability sheets, the worksheets, the asset assessment sheet that you need to share with your spouse. You guys have to go over this together. It is vital at this time that you reassess your situation so you know how to move through this. We want to support you. We want to help you. We want to be there for you. And we know that people that get mentored in an environment that is controlled, where you don't have negativity, you have solutions, but you also don't just have, everything's going to be fine. You need people telling you the truth right now. The Cardone University program, if you've been on it before, trust me, when you get in the 10X mentor program, you're going to be on it like you've never been on it before. Now you're going to know with all new content, hey, wait a minute. I might need to go into another industry right now. We're going to hook hundreds and hundreds of people up together that are going to be looking at the stimulus. Let me just tell you some industries right now that are going to be really cool, and they're all going to need some of the same tools. Okay, what are you going to need? You're going to need a positive attitude when this is over. You're going to need, I've just made a list of stuff like, what would I need starting over right now? What do you guys think you would need? Okay.
You need somebody to talk to. You need a prospect.
I need a prospect. I need a contact. I need an offer. Okay. I need motivation. I need somebody probably to hold me accountable right now because I need discipline. I need massive actions. I need sales skills, prospecting skills, marketing skills, negotiating skills, closing skills, follow-up skills, motivation. If any of you have ever been on Cardone U before, maybe you didn't have enough reasons to be on it. Okay. Cardone U is all new with all new content, persistence, belief in self, victories, financial skills, accountability, all that financial training I've been doing in there for years, talking about the middle class, how to put money together, how to get to a 40% save rate. Communication skills. You need products to sell. It's not enough. Many of you that are good salespeople, you no longer have a product or an offer to sell. We need to relook at what your offers are. So in addition to 8 weeks of Cardone University, 8 weeks of mentoring, 24/7 access to a coach, a personal coach in the program, the 10X Mentor Program, a private Facebook group, weekly exercises and worksheets, including a product offer worksheet. So we actually get to lay out, do you have a second offer, a third offer, a fourth offer, a fifth offer? Do you have a residual offer if you're going into a new business?
And to take advantage of that offer, you can click the link right below that says you can click the link right here on the bottom. Click the link to invest now or go to grantcardone.com/mentor to take advantage of it right now. Johnny, I think we actually have a video. Don't we have a video of some people that were in the program last? Go ahead and play that video.
Hello guys, and good morning from Ghana, Africa. My team and I were doing an average of 12 million to 15 million, in sales every single week. But the good news, we are now flowing in the range of 56 million to 60 million every single week in sales.
We signed up for the 10X mentorship 23 days ago. Prior to that, on a very good week, we were lucky to make 1 or 2 sales per week. In the last 23 days, we have made sales on 20 out of those 23 days with an average dollar amount of $787 per customer.
I've doubled my business in the first probably 2 months of the program.
Before the program, I was struggling to find leads and really build my network marketing business. Now, since being in the program, I'm number 16 right now on the leaderboard in my company with hundreds of thousands of promoters.
Hey, welcome to our Friday mentoring show. Welcome. Jared Glant here. Good to have you guys here. We got a bunch of people joining us around the world.
98% of you said that you'd do the group again. Would you do the group again?
You guys need to be here at the next GrowthCon and take advantage of the mentor group. Just an amazing, life-changing.
As we go through, and Johnny and I were going through some of the videos that we had submitted, there were some people that had some successes that came out of this program that were unbelievable, like unreal. Like, we didn't put some of them in here, and certainly the results that you see these people have are not typical people that come in and double their income or their business grows more. And Ken Jocelyn, his business grew more in December of last year than it had the entire 2019 year. He did more business in 1 month than the previous 11. Like, there are some amazing things that happen when you get the right content and you get around the right people. But these are people who decided that they were no longer going to be average. They were going to be exceptional. And so, you could do worse than them. You could do way better than them. But you can't do anything if you don't make a decision to move forward. And this program is something that takes a lot of energy from us to put in. Every Thursday night, I believe, is the night we're doing the calls on this one. They're collaborative. You get to meet all the people. The first 30 minutes of the call we spend just connecting with people, finding out where they're from, what business they're in, so that we can start connecting you guys with each other so that you could build a network and community of people outside of just your little hometown. It really, really is an amazing group. And most importantly, people are learning skills that they can go out and use in the marketplace to impact their ability to earn. So like I said, Johnny, just back on the slide that shows what they get. 8 weeks of coaching, 8 weeks of Cardone U, 10X Mentor Networking Group, weekly exercise and assessment. You're going to get it for $9.97 today. For anybody that signs up in the next 3 hours, we're going to include Cardone University for the entire year. So we're going to take your 8 weeks of Cardone University and we're going to extend it out to the entire year so that you have 12 full months of access to the #1 sales and business platform on the planet. The second bonus that we're going to give you,
Jared, we'll include it until the next 10X Growth Conference.
Okay, perfect. The next thing that we're going to do, this is super cool. Grant talked about this a couple times. It's something that we added about 6 months ago. We started doing private invites to certain groups of our customers, and the feedback was insane. Anybody who takes advantage of this offer today is going to get a pass for the 10X Live Mastermind, where our team basically brings about 100 people into the office. You get to come in, you fly in, we'll let you know the date. We do one a month. Y'all come to the office, and for the better part of a day, we sit down and you learn more about us. We learn more about you. We help figure, how how to get you through some of the challenges you're experiencing in your business or your career. You get to meet and connect face to face with the folks from the mentoring program. So this is really a great opportunity to get connected, not only with other people in the group, but also with our team. I'm there, Todd's
right here, folks.
What's that?
This is a super game changer right here.
Yeah.
You get to come to our offices in Miami. Yes, you will travel again, folks. I know some of you think, oh, I'm never going to travel again. You will come to Miami. You will meet with us. You will be in our offices. The first people that are going to get to go is Ivan, Brian, Boyd, Shane, Andrew, John, Brian. I just got a list of people, just a few people that have already signed up. Esteban, Crystal, Shannon, Goodsey, Vanessa, Paul. Congratulations for making a decision. Todd, Steve, John, Dave. And I don't think your chat's open, so I can't see these anymore. I don't know if you can open that again, Todd. Again, Jared, you want to go over the offer again? 8 weeks.
8 weeks of Cardone U, 8 weeks of coaching so that you don't have to do it by yourself. We'll do it with you. Not only that, you're going to get access to our Facebook private community just for this group here so that you'll have other people that you can bounce ideas off. I know people that are in the group right now. If all they got was that Facebook group, they would continue to do the program over and over and over again. Yeah. In fact, we've already had people from the last group already enroll into this group. Some of you are asking right now, man, money's super tight. Is there anything you guys can do to help me out? If you go to grantcardone.com/mentor or click the link right here at the bottom, if you click there, there's a payment option there so that if you're like, hey, I want to do this, but I just need to break the payment up a few times, if you click the link, you go to the page, there's a payment option there for you as well.
Yeah, and for those of you who are like, man, the money, folks, money's not your problem right now. This is why I said to you, guys got to act like you got to go to broke. You got to go to zero. You need new strategies, okay? Wealthy people are going to get wealthy because they invest right now. You don't have time and money because you don't use time and money correctly. This is a whole new game now. Some of you are in industries that are going to die. You're sitting there figuring out, is it really going to die? Is it going to die? Is it going to come back? Dude, you got to get to acceptance as fast as possible. I said to you in the beginning, you are going to get through this. You are not going to die. The question is, what do you look like on the other side? How long does it take? Do you end up with more money or less money? Do you end up making the transition or not? Do you end up old and beat up? Or do you end up, I survived this and I got bigger and faster and better? That's why I write that on my mirror. Because when I wake up every morning, I'm a little bit like, Jared, what night are we doing this? Is it Monday night or Thursday night, Jared?
Thursday nights.
We were doing these on Monday.
We're moving it to Thursday nights. Thursday night at 8 p.m.
Okay, so the first one will be when? Next Thursday?
Yes, correct. This coming week.
Yeah. This coming week. You guys think, oh, I'm gonna think about this. You got to quit thinking. You got to start doing. Listen to me. There's 3 things you can do today. Nothing. But don't lie to yourself and say I'm gonna think about it. Don't do that. Just do nothing. Just make a decision to do nothing, and then go back and see where that puts you on this list. Because it makes you number 1 and number 2, passive and spectator. At best, it makes you number 3, Mr. Contractor, without a contract, because you contracted. You don't have a $997 problem, folks. You got a $9 million problem. The last time I went through a recession, a man told me in 2010, Grant, I had $52 million worth of debt. And I said, my God, what am I going to do? The guy looked at me and says, he said, what's your problem? I said, I got $52 million worth of debt. He's like, that ain't a problem, son. Problem is you ain't got $500 million worth of debt. I'm like, damn. Okay. You need bigger problems. That's why the man asked about, what do I do with 10 grand? You need to be in a group, dude, that's saying, wait, 10,000 is not the problem. You're worried about where to invest 10 grand. 8 weeks of coaching. Anybody that signs up right now gets 1 year until the next 10X Growth Conference of Cardone University. That's $1,400 a month I'm giving you guys. The 10X, all new content, complete access to everything in Cardone U, by the way, everything's there for you. I'm going to give you the 10X networking group, the weekly exercises, all the assessment worksheets. You're going to get those immediately. Okay. And between now and February of next year, if you guys believe we're going to be on the planet next year, look, if the world's going to go, if you guys aren't going to make it, you definitely want to sign up. Because if you're going to go bankrupt, sign up before you go bankrupt. If your industry's going to go down, sign up before the industry goes down. If you guys don't think Donald Trump's going to just keep spitting money, look, what kind of condition are you going to be in when this thing frees up? We want to help you. These 8 weeks are crucial. I want to be there to help you. You will need, on the other end of this, you will need support. You will need help. And you will need skills. You will need marketing skills, sales skills, negotiating skills, follow-up skills, persistent skills. You'll need discipline. You'll need a team to hold you accountable. So you got to get off the bench now, okay? 3 things you can do. Nothing. What's the second thing they can do, Jared?
Try to do it on your own.
Oh, yeah, do it on your own. Do it on your own. You don't want to do this on your own. I said that to you 6 times tonight in 2 hours. Do not try to do this by yourself. That's what my mama did. She tried to do everything by herself. Okay? 3, find somebody that's been through this. Find a team. Not one person, by the way. This isn't about me. This is about me and my team. How I do something and how Jared does something is different than how my whole team does something. What did we do? What did we do yesterday, Todd? Income.
Sold 75,000.
We did 75 grand in contracts yesterday, folks.
253,000 today.
Say again?
253,000 today.
So when everybody tells you, see, CNBC's not reporting that. CNN's not telling you we're doing business. Fox, I don't call Fox every time I do a deal. Say, dang, we sold something. Every time somebody dies, they report it. Every time somebody gets the corona, somebody reports it. You guys need to be surrounded by people that are doing deals, not just giving advice. I'm going to tell you a story right now about my mother. When my dad died, my mom, there was so many people to give her advice. Save your money, cash life insurance, sell the house, pay cash for the next house, buy a used car. Everybody was giving her advice. Nobody was telling her how to start over. Everybody had opinions. Nobody had experience. Nobody had known what it was like to lose the breadwinner. Everybody that gave my mother advice did not. Every one of them missed one thing: income. My mama needed income, man. They told her what to save because they didn't think she knew how to make money. This is the problem with every accountant and financial planner on this planet. They tell you how to protect what you have rather than how to go get what you need. You guys are going to have to rebuild now. And you need somebody tough around you, somebody that loves you, somebody that cares about you, and somebody that's tough enough to say, hey, knock off the excuses. Quit being a spectator. Quit saying you can't do it, because you're going to do it. The question is, how big are you going to do it? Are you going to be better? Are you going to be bigger? Are you going to be faster? Or are you going to get smaller here? This is going to be the biggest transfer of wealth in the history of this planet, folks. And without me getting into a whole bunch of stuff about, how this happens and why it happens, I'm going to tell you right now how this thing ends. This thing ends. Well, actually, it doesn't end, because you're going to get through it. And you're going to get through to the other side, and then you're going to see a whole bunch of other challenges. The issue is when you get to the other side, what's your bank account going to look like? What's your investment portfolio going to look like? What's your business going to look like? What's your skill set going to look like? What's your confidence going to look like? What are you going to say about yourself on the other side of this cycle? Because the way I handled myself after 2008, 9, and 10, today, 2020, scared as I am, as concerned as I am for myself, my family, but mostly for this network of people that I've built out over the last 10 years, I'm concerned about you and your family. What are you going to do? Okay, is this going to be the 1% gets even smaller? and the 99% suffer even more? Or are you going to get yourself in the club that takes care of their family and their community and their charity? It's time to bone up right now, folks. Okay? This is a big, big event that's going on right now. You need to take it seriously. We're offering you a $5,000 course for $997. But more importantly, this probably, by the way, qualifies for the stimulus package, Jared. If you're 1099, if you're buying this for your employees, if you're laying somebody off, okay? Look, you're going to get through this, folks. The issue is when this is over. I don't know, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, when? Christmas? Maybe it's over in Christmas time. I don't know, maybe Easter, maybe Halloween. The question is it going to be trick or treat? Is the Easter bunny going to do a thump on your face? Or are you going to be there in your costume saying, hey, dude, I got kids and I put it back on track for my kids? The issue is when this ends, will you be bigger, faster, and more confident? Or will you be smaller, slower, and less confident? That's really the question. This isn't about whether you got $997 or not. Because if you can't figure out $997, maybe you got some other issues here. Borrow it. Somebody will give you $997. Okay? My advice to you right now is, number one, do not try to do this alone. This is the biggest single economic event, maybe since 1929, and possibly it's bigger than that.
Gee, why don't we do, yeah. Can I offer something?
Yeah.
I know for sure that the people who join this program, like once they get in and they see what it's about, there's some people that I'm sure just like on the fence, they're like, man, I don't know, what's it gonna be like? Is it gonna solve my problem? Is it gonna help me? Why don't we do this? Why don't we give them access to the program if they invest now, and after the first call, if they don't like what they see, we give them a credit back. They can use the money towards something else in our store.
Yeah, good. It's fine with me. Whatever it takes for you guys to say, understand what's at risk here, because money's not what's at risk here. I think this is, again, what I go back to about the acceptance of the size of this event. If you guys understood the magnitude of this event, you'd be like, bro, like, what do I got to do? What do I got to borrow? Okay, do you understand that colleges are going to go out of business? Colleges, folks. I have said this for years. It's a $1.6 trillion problem in America. Those loans are going to be forgiven, finally.
Yeah.
You're going to have colleges fail because of this. You're going to have the travel industry is going to take probably their final hit. Now, hotels are going to be back in business. The Marriotts, the Hiltons, they're all going to fill up again in October, November, December, maybe June or July. Where are you going to be at? Okay? Where are you going to be at when the casinos open again? Or are you going to be in the casino business? Maybe you're going to be a contractor now. Maybe we're going to start building bridges and highways now. Now, you're going to be the guy with the hammer, or are you going to be selling the contract? Because I'm going to tell you, you want to be the guy selling the contract, not the guy swinging the hammer.
Oh, this is a great question. Tim is asking, I'm a server and I have to pivot to make money in a different way. Literally the purpose of this, when Grant and I had mapped out, I think I have the notes here. Okay, so week one is building out your new schedule, your new financial plan, going through and helping you get your state of affairs in place for what's about to happen. Who you're going to remove, what you're going to remove, what you're going to give up, and then we're going to discuss this concept of the negativity diet that we have. Then we're going to go into who's got my money, your people of influence that you can go through and you can actually activate. We're going to help you build out the scripts for each of those calls to friends, family, peers, business partners, vendors, customers, past customers, canceled customers, unconverted customers.
Say all that again, Jared, because I think this is what people need to know they're going to get, Jared.
Yeah.
Not just those things on the floor right there, but how do I use, what are those called?
Yeah, kettlebells. So week one is about your new status quo, your new schedule, new goals, new targets, reestablishing a whole new foundation that you're going to operate off of, because the game's new for everybody right now, so you need a new set of rules to operate on. The second week is identifying who's got your money. This is like you're the server now. Who can you go to right now that can get you connected with people that have money? Go ahead.
And you do not need a new job to know that, by the way. How would you guys like to go a month without spending one penny on anything? How would you like to know how to assess the federal government? How would you like to know what industries? Promise you 30 to 40% of everyone that's on this stream right now will be moving to another industry before this party's over. $9.97, folks, is not your problem. The 1 hour we spend with you a week is not your problem. Commitment issues and confronting what is really going on here is the problem. You are going to be in a new industry. You need new skills to go into that industry. Whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, how you're going to be using telephone calls to make contacts, to sell something to someone, to generate cash flow or barter. Okay, if cash becomes useless, but we're going to survive this. You're going to survive this. Jared, continue to tell them what they're going to be getting out of this again.
So week 3 is going to be, so week 2 we're identifying who's got your money, and how you're going to make the call. Week 3 is everything you need to know to be successful on the phone. We're talking about the amount of calls you need to make, time of day you need to make them, how many you need to make, the attitude that you need to have, targets to have, like very specific targets you need to have on calls, on emails, on text messages, on video messages, like literally going through and helping you understand the metrics that you need to measure on a daily basis to be successful. Week 4, we're going to handle every objection you're going to hear. We need to wait. We need to think about it. We're not spending any money right now. We got to talk to the board. There's a freeze on expenses. It's too much. The terms are too long. The payments are too high. We don't have the money now up front. Every objection you're going to hear, we're going to handle. Week 5, we're going to get into your actual pitch. What is your offer? What's your hook? What's your big claim? What's the thing that's going to help you stand out and apart from everybody else? And then we're going to slide on the back end of that. What is the extra value add, your only practice value add that you're going to do that not one of your competitors in your space will touch? Week
Jared,
6.
Let's do this, Jared. Jared, I'm sorry to interrupt you again, but I want to make sure that everybody that signs up today gets an opportunity, not just in the next 8 weeks if it doesn't work for them, but they get an opportunity to come to our offices and spend time. Every person that signs up today.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what we'll do this.
I want to make sure everybody gets a chance to come to our offices and see our culture, see our departments, see how we train, educate, see us using the phones, and get to come to our offices and have that one-on-one experience, asking questions themselves about their own business in our school, in our classroom for free.
Yeah. We'll if we have to do one of these every month, then we'll do that.
Yeah.
Week 6, closing the deal. So how to get somebody to say yes, how to get them to part ways with their money, particularly when things are difficult. Week 7 is building the master follow-up plan that's going to help you capitalize on all the business. Number 1, that you don't close the first time you get it. And then number 2, the follow-up that you need to put in place to even get in front of the right person in the first place. And then we're going to close it out with the scaling your income and your offer for you personally or for your company. How do you actually take what you have and go from the 50 grand that you made to 100, from the 100 to the 250, from the 250 to the 1 million? So we're going to help you build a plan to do that. So all of those things are going to be covered in 8 weeks. It's a lot. We go through a lot of material in these calls. And then to boot, Monday through Monday, 7 days a week, you have access to a community of people who are all going through these same exercises, doing these same things.
Jared, can you see that?
220 billion.
Yeah, that's billion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I need to add one more zero. So you guys understand how much money the U.S. government is about to drop. And this is the first round, folks. By the way, that number is not really what the number is. The number is really 6.4 trillion right now. It's been approved. Guys, just understanding what is going to go on with the federal government at this time. If I could go back to 2008, and if I understood the bailouts and the money and where the money went, my whole career would have been different. Okay, if I'd have known what industries were going to survive and which ones were going to prosper, which ones would get by on limp mode and which ones would explode. This is about transition now. Okay, this is not about an economic problem. It is an economic opportunity for you right now. But you have to get connected with who's got your future, who's got your tomorrow, who's got your expansion. It is always about a person, folks. Somebody's going to help you. Do not do this alone. Do not try to do this by yourself. You need help, and you're going to need to connect with people. This is the time right now, okay? This is the time, and you're going to need a certain set of skills. Congratulations, by the way, to everybody that's hooked up on this. I cannot wait to spend not just once a week with you over 8 weeks just to get the discipline in, but every day you have access to me 24/7. 365 days of the year, 365 days of the year. When you sign up today, I'm with you. I'm with you every day, not just on Thursday nights on the mentor call, not just when you come to our offices for free in Miami and sit down with us in our offices and actually go over the problems or the challenges you're having and hear from other people that are being successful. I'm with you 24/7, 2,500 different videos on everything from discipline, massive action, sales skills, prospecting skills, marketing skills, how to read personality types, how to communicate, how to get an audience, how to speak from stage, how to close a deal, how to follow up customers, how to stay motivated, how to be persistent, how to have belief in yourself, how to start with an idea and monetize it, how to use social media to get marketing, how to use social media and not be used by social media, how to build your financial skills, how to develop cash flow, how to get through tough times, how to hold yourself and others accountable, how to build a team. All this sits at Cardone U, available, all new content, 24/7, 365. We're going to share with you how to scale. I'm going to bring Brandon Dawson on. He's probably watching this right now. I'm going to bring Richard Dolan on. I'll be bringing my celebrity friends on the 8 coaching calls. How do you build credibility? By the way, when this is over, what are people going to say about you? Are they going to say that you ditched your car, ditched your house, ditched your lease, walked away from your business, walked away from your bills, filed bankruptcy? Maybe they're going to say that. And by the way, that's not bad if you can figure out how to create success in the process. Walking away from some things, no problem if you're going to rebuild. It is a problem if you don't rebuild. Okay, you don't want to go down the chute right now. You want to go up the chute. And we can help you do that, okay? We want to help you do that. I want to help you. My team wants to help you. This is what we do for companies around the world. Big congratulations. Jared, you want to read some of the names out? Do you have Mona, Chris, Rashad, Sarah, Meyer, Andrea, Sheena, Michelle, Joseph? Can't wait to have you guys in our offices.
Nick, Michelle, Gary, Martha, Sonny, Joe.
Yeah, Ryan, Tommy Jenkins, thank you. Congratulations. Thanks for being here. Can't wait to work with you in our office. Letha, Matt, Julio, Maria. Guys, now is the time. Now is the time. Okay, now is the time. 2020, I said to you at the beginning of the year, it's going to be good for some people, bad for other people. Won't be the same. This is truly an epic time in our history. Take advantage of it. Don't waste a good recession. And this might be more than a recession, by the way. This might be something uglier than that. But 997 is not your problem, folks. Commitment is no longer your problem. You guys are committed right now. I can tell by the numbers of people that are signing up, and I can tell by the number of the people that registered for this event. You can't be a spectator this round. You got to get out of the seats, out of the bleachers. You got to get on the field with me now. You got to get onto the field with me now. Listen to me. If you've been thinking about it, procrastinating, putting it off, I need you to get your credit card out right now and bang it. Hit it. Take advantage of this offer. Cardone University until February of 2021. You get to visit our offices for free. You get the liabilities and asset assessment. You get the product assessment to break down your product. If you don't have a product, you definitely need that because we got to figure out what your product's going to be. You get 24/7, 365 days of access to Cardone University, the #1 entrepreneur training platform on the planet with over 50 million people registered. Support to my staff. You get a personal coach. Don't go it alone. Let me help you hold you accountable. Okay? Get a team around you that you trust finally. Get your discipline in hard now. The best way to get your discipline in is to have somebody hold you accountable. When I was 25 years old, I went to a treatment center. I spent $28,000 on a treatment center when I was 25 years old. That was 30 years ago. That's like, I don't know, 100 grand today. Treatment centers are cheaper today than they were back then. But it didn't matter what I paid. It turned my whole life around. Didn't matter if it was $28,000 or $1 million. It turned my life around because it taught me not how to stay off of drugs. It taught me how to be disciplined, how to get honest, how to clean my life up and get started so that I could be a new me. This is a new you time. Okay, we're going to help you put in measuring your statistics on a day-to-day basis so you know whether you're doing better or worse. Continue to improve and work on yourself right now. This is my advice to you. Don't go it alone. Let us hold you accountable. Let us be your team that you can trust. Stay in communication with your team, your partners, your buddy, your customers right now. Get your discipline in. Know when you're going to call your customers. They're going to push you off. They're going to be scared. They're going to be uncertain. Guess what? Who wins this game is not the most motivated. Who wins this game is the person that's most certain and most persistent. But you need skills to be able to do that. Control your environment right now. Control your attitude. Control your physical condition. Mostly control your time. And lastly, have something to pull you forward. I say this all the time. Have something to pull you forward. Somebody wants to know what they do about a payment plan, Jared.
Email Natalie@grantcardone.com.
Natalie@grantcardone.com for a payment plan if you need one. Okay. Credit cards, folks, all of you right now, you need to learn how to use credit cards right now. They're your best friend. I'm telling you. You're leasing an apartment right now. I'm telling people, our tenants, use your credit card. Take your credit card, bang out 12 payments, prepay all your credit, 12 payments, $18,000. It reduces your rent down to like $450 a month. Get smart right now. You can't be stupid through all of this, okay? If this is a calculated Illuminati conspiracy to redistribute wealth on the planet, if it is, and it could be, by the way, fucking don't be stupid. Get on the other side of stupid right now. I guarantee you, by the way, I'd like to see in the chat, how many of you think I end up on the other side of this better off for this? The captain says, I don't have a product and I want to get information on real estate. Is this still for me? Absolutely. You guys got to get clear on what you have. Everybody's got an asset. Everybody's got liabilities. Some of you got liabilities that are actually assets. If I had no money today, what I would look for is other people's assets that are now their liabilities. I'm going to show you how to do that. What industries are going to wake up and blossom? Which ones are going to die? How do I go talk to these people? How do I solve their problems? Who's got problems that I can solve? How do I communicate with them? How do I identify? What happens with all this stimulus money? Where's it going to go? Who's going to get it? You think people don't know about this money and how to get it? Okay, Jared, anything you want to close up with?
All I can say, folks, is I've had the opportunity for the last 10 years to work next to this guy and watch how he operates. And I can say 1,000% I am going to bed easier tonight than I was 10 years ago when things were crazy and out of hand and there was a lot of uncertainty because of two things. Number one, I developed over the last 10 years the skill, and Grant used to say, the window of opportunity is down right now, but windows go up and it will close. He's been saying that for the last 6 years. And during that time, we were charging hard. We were pushing hard. We were doing more than everybody thought we should be doing. Everybody was always like, you guys do so much, you do too much, blah, 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 blah. We learned, we built that muscle, and it put us in a financial position now where I feel like, okay, hey, it's not end of the world for me. If this would have happened 9 years ago to me, I would be in trouble. The second thing is my ability to know now today that if you took everything away from me, the skill that I've developed learning in Cardone University and watching Grant and see how he operates, those two things, you could drop me anywhere and I could make money.
And how many of you'd like to be in Jared's position to have access to me? Okay. The good news is you can. I'm making myself available to you. I want to help you. Listen to me, genuinely. Okay. I want to help you. Now, if I wanted to help everybody, why don't I do it for free? I just did the last 2 hours for free. You guys need to have some skin in the game. And let me just tell you, the $9.97 isn't the skin. It's your future. Your future is the skin in the game, folks. Okay? You need to talk to mama about this, talk to mama. You need to tell mama, our future is at stake here, not $1,000. You need to talk to your husband. My future, babe, our future's at stake. Our kids' future's at stake. Okay? Our credibility, our name is at stake. You guys got to quit worrying about the wrong things. The big guys are not worried about $1,000 ever. They're never worried about $1,000, $10,000, $100,000. They're not even worried about millions. They're worried about their future. Okay, they're building something bigger. That's why I had this on my window. I have it on my window right now. I keep it right there in my bathroom. You know, Todd, you've been in my bathroom. It says, I will get through this and I will be bigger, better, and unstoppable because of it. No virus will stop us. 10X, Grant Cardone. How you going to be, folks? Okay? Throw this on your window. Okay? Throw this on your window in your bathroom. Take a picture of it. Instagram me. Hit me. DM me. Hashtag 10X. Hashtag starting over. I want to help you start over, but you got to help yourself by making a decision right now. Use time and money to get more time and money.
That's right.
Use credit to get time and money. Use credit to get access to people that can help you through this. I'm offering you everything I can, okay? Everybody that wants the slides for free, great. We'll send you all the slides for free. We'll send you the link so you can grab all the slides. These slides ain't gonna help you, folks. Okay? The slides ain't gonna help you. You don't need more shit to read. You need somebody to hold you accountable to what you're gonna do Monday. Okay, Jared's got all the slides he needs. My whole team's got slides. What y'all need is somebody to slide up next to you and say, hey, do it now. Okay, you don't need the slides, you need the strategy. But I'll send you the slides because they're going to make you feel all comfortable. So the comfort now has been stripped off of the world. Everything that you had last week that you took for granted is at risk this week. Don't forget that, folks. Your future's at risk now, not $997. Take advantage of this. We can only do so many people. I can only bring so many people into our offices in Miami. If you want to take advantage of this, you need to do it while we're live, and you will be the first of the list. We got, I don't know, a couple hundred people already took advantage of us coming to Miami. We'll send you a list. Jared, we can let like 25 people in at a time?
No, we can set the room up for 75, but it's first come, first serve. So it's like, okay. When we announce the date is open.
Yeah, so Adriana, Edward, Daniel, Amy, Philip, Natalie, Elena, another Elena, Nola, Garden, Jube, Jed, Gary, Rex, congratulations, okay? What
And-
we'll do is we'll start scheduling on our coaching calls each week. We'll schedule people to come in starting in May. We'll do May, June, July. If you're in England, you're in Europe, anywhere in Europe, or you're in Australia, we will record these coaching calls in case the time doesn't work for you so you won't miss it. So nobody needs to worry about, I'm going to miss a call. You will have the calls, you will have access to the calls, and you will have access to go back and watch the calls. Also, when we're on these calls, we use different kind of technologies depending on where you're calling in from. You get to see us handle other people's questions and problems and situations. That is what people tell us has been most valuable to them. Working with Steve, saying Steve's out of work. He's trying to transition. And I spend time with Steve saying, dude, what are you good at? What do you know? What industry do you have some kind of understanding of? What city are you in? This is what I would go do. This is where I would go. By the way, I would hook you up between an apartment guy, the government, some accountant, and to figure out how to get a roof on that thing, because there's going to be so much money. So much money is going to be just moved different places. But who's got that money? Who's going to do that transaction? Who's going to work out for 30 million companies, 30 million businesses, including 1099? Who's going to work out how that stimulus money works? How do I go to the bank and even do an application? By the way, my application's already in, folks. I already got my damn application in for both my businesses with my bank. You hadn't even read the damn laws yet. You're like, what the hell am I thinking? Okay. And 2 trillion is going to turn into 10 trillion. It's not going to stop. We're going to get on the other side of this. There's money that's going to be dropped from, you're going to look up and you're going to be like, where there was clouds, there's going to be money just raining down. Just like when Floyd Mayweather came out at the 10X Growth Conference and money was just, Floyd couldn't even Floyd's like, God damn, is that real? That's what it's going to look like. The question is, oh my God. The question is, somebody says, how long is Grant going to stay afloat? We'll see. The question is, how long can you stay afloat? And on the other side of this, how does it turn out for you? How does it look for you and your family? Okay. We want to help you. Every month we'll be bringing in some of you to our offices in Miami. Boot camp. We have that in July. Somebody's asking about our boot camp. Yes, we will be having that in July for sure. I mean, assuming that we're cleared to take people in and that we're not still quarantined. This quarantine right now is a good time for you guys to start working on yourselves. Perfect time to reboot. Perfect time to read, study, to drive into Cardone University. Okay, and to join us. You have no reason not to be able to join us for our weekly meeting now. Jared, I want to thank you, man, for being here for me tonight, to supporting us, my staff in Miami. Obviously, all of you guys, the
Johnny
355 employees that work with us, you guys all going to have access to this program, and I know you're going to be on the calls each week. For the rest of you that want to be part of this, take advantage of this now. We'll include these extra bonuses that make this really a priceless opportunity, not a $5,000 opportunity, but it does save you $5,000. And this is tax deductible. Some people are asking about that. Yes, and I'm not sure that it wouldn't apply for your investment.
Stimuli.
Of your company.
Stimuli.
Okay? Jared, I want to say thank you, bro. Appreciate Jared, you being here tonight, but I also appreciate the example you are, Jared.
Thank you for that.
By the way, Jared in the first 2 weeks has already moved homes and reduced his rent where he was living. And he's looking at some other things that he can do to reduce his expenses.
Getting rid of the Porsche.
Yeah, those are things you need to do right now, folks. But you need to add something. Remember, get rid of something, add something. Get rid of something, add something. Get rid of something, add something. Do not get rid of investments in yourself right now. Go sell the clothes. Go sell those Nike shoes. Go sell anything you got to. You got a Peloton bike? You got a brand new Peloton bike? Sell it to me. I'll give you this course for free. I'll trade you a Peloton for the course. Okay, you need debt right now in some areas, and you need to get rid of obligations in other areas. But what you need more than anything right now is a commitment to yourself and your family. You need a promise. Hey, dude, I'm coming out of this bigger and better. And number 3, you need skills. Don't give up on your skills. Your skills is what's going to see you through to the other side. Thank you for being with us today. God bless you guys. Be safe. Be safe. Hug it out with everybody, even if it's from 6 feet away. And right on your mirror, in your bathroom. This thing's going to leave me bigger, faster, better, stronger, fierce. Okay? Deadly. I'm going to be deadly on the other side of this bad boy. Whatever. Write something on your mirror. Send it to me. Throw it up on Instagram in a DM to me, DM at Grant Cardone. God bless you guys. Be great. Jared, any last words?
Yeah, just special shout out to Meow. She said, getting rid of my husband, adding your coaching.
Boom, do it. Whatever. Go back and see him later on. I told my wife once, I said, look, if you leave me for anybody, here's 3 guys you should do it with. Leave me for these 3 people. Let's do a deal on the other side. Okay. And by the way, folks, keep laughing and keep laughing, all right? Keep laughing. You got to keep having some laughs while you're moving through this. You guys in Dubai, Detroit, Auckland. I see you guys in New Zealand right now. You guys in London. Thanks for joining us tonight. We got people here from Iran. Over 15,000 people in the stream tonight. 50,000 registered. So if you're watching after the fact, Mexico City, God bless you guys. Monterrey, Mexico, God bless you guys. I see you guys all over the world watching this tonight. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for being 10X, and thank you for not giving up. Thank you for being a great example. Thank you for committing to making 2020 and the coronavirus your pivotal moment to become the person you deserve to be. This is what makes legacies, folks. This is what makes freaking superstars, okay? Comfortable times don't make superstars. Events like this make superstars. I hope you're one of them. See you at the top.